Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. और हाँ भाई, crazy left, right, center football हो रहा है. The season has begun, but not just that. Obviously, as I'm speaking, भाई अभी हम live है. I know the ISL is also kicking off. Or like भाई we try and cover as much content as possible. लेकिन यार, we had to be back for the European football because that is something हम हर week करते हैं. तो welcome everyone to the stream because we'll be discussing. हाँ, you all are wondering भाई चैंपियंस लीग का हम बात नहीं किए in terms of the review, but again we did watch alongs. उसके बाद में we went along what almost 4 बजे सुबह तक, and that is why we didn't do. But again we'll be discussing that and a lot more throughout the leagues. आप जानते हैं, not just Chelsea, we have every club in the Premier League as well as even Serie A, La Liga, बहुत सारे matches है, and we'll come to that, and we are expecting guests as well today. तो मजा आएगा काफी. तो भाई सब लोग सबसे पहले लाइक दबा दीजिए so that we have more people in because we need to have the prediction league going even more. So चलो सब लोग आ जाइए. और there is a lot of news as well. हाँ, some breaking news in terms of Chelsea especially, लेकिन हाँ a lot more. चलो यहाँ पर मैं स्टार करके रखो सौरदीप. I'll come to it in between, I hope, right? I don't want to start the stream with that. Much love to you सौरदीप. Shout out है डेरेन को भी. Absolutely. Okay. Random question बाद में लेंगे. फुटबॉल ट्रिक्स आपको भी डेफिनेटली शाउट आउट है. चेल्सी ओजी इन द हाउस. यस ब्रो, फाइनली आई गॉट अ नोटिफिकेशन. चलो नाइस टू सी. भाई सब लोग को नोटिफिकेशन आ रहा है क्या? आई होप आ रहा है ना भाई अगेन लाइक दबा दीजिए, अपने आप आएगा बाकी लोग को भी. सिंपल सा इक्वेशन है. इंद्रानील बिग अप, कैसे हो? हसीब बिग अप, कैसे हो आप भी? क्या हाल है आपकी? भाई है बिल्कुल है अंश. डिस्कॉर्ड लिंक हर एक डिस्क्रिप्शन, हमारे जितने भी वीडियोस है भाई 500 वीडियोस है करीबन, हर एक वीडियो में आपको मिल जाएगा नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में. पहले 3-4 लाइन में आपको सब मिलेगा. लिंक टू ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस, लिंक टू ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज एफसी, लिंक टू डिस्कॉर्ड, लिंक टू माय फेसबुक अकाउंट, माय ट्विटर, माय इंस्टाग्राम, सब चीज मिल जाएगा. ठीक है. हाँ डेफिनेटली रखा हो सौरदीप. अरे गुड आफ्टरनून Doug, how are you? Good to see you. And yes, by the way, Liverpool, it's a huge game, bro. Liverpool fan Doug in the house, and of course Arsenal are playing at home, so I'm expecting a Liverpool fan in the house as well. लेकिन भाई शुरुआत कहाँ से करें? आप देख ही रहे भाई मेरे स्क्रीन के पीछे थंबनेल में. द रीजन इज इट इज ह्यूज. आई डोंट नो कोइंसिडेंस की क्या है भाई. एक ही हफ्ते में वी हैड Giroud coming back to the bridge and now Diego Costa coming back to the bridge. Now arguably आप बोल सकते हो in the last maybe 7-8 years they are the best two forwards that Chelsea has had. Arguably, ठीक है. I know that Tammy will try to say something there. Of course, the second half of Drogba, लेकिन come on, let's be real. Diego Costa and Giroud in the same week, और बहुत ही contrasting emotions हो रहे हैं मेरे लिए, क्योंकि imagine करिए Giroud, an ex-Arsenal player who kind of ex-Chelsea player came to Chelsea playing for AC Milan. Now Costa, an ex-Chelsea player coming as a Wolves player to Stamford Bridge. और हमारे लिए खेल रहे ओबामियांग who was an ex-Arsenal player. So there's something, I don't know, but that is football. At the end of the day, that is why football becomes so interesting. You never know what is going to happen, or it keeps us on our toes. Arey, big up to Jack, nice to see you as always. Okay, Zidane suggested Madrid to go out for Tielemans. Okay, interesting. Again, we'll come to transfers. There's a lot to discuss in terms of the game week. Let's keep it to the topic, people. Come on. Joe Hart and Czech have 4 golden gloves each. Yeah, so I will consider Joe Hart a Premier League legend. Okay, chalo. So in terms of Chelsea have come after a huge victory. In my opinion, it's a big victory. हाँ, आप ऐसे नहीं बोलोगे कि we properly bombarded AC Milan, ऐसा नहीं था. It was definitely a case जहां पर AC Milan were pretty weak. हाँ, वो बहुत मिस करे थे अपने players. I think करीबन 6 first team for 6 players who would play in the 11 arguably were missing. ठीक है, लेकिन again a couple of them very important ones at that, as in world class level. ठीक है, फिर भी Chelsea did very well despite they had a Liao etc. So confidence will be on a high, especially considering कि यार Potter का अभी भी I would say still in the honeymoon period. Yes, it's easy to say that, लेकिन याद रखिए Chelsea, the way Tuchel left, the things weren't really very rosy. Stamford Bridge emotions were really mixed. अभी लेकिन things have changed. इस हफ्ते में लग रहा था even in the midweek game कि नहीं, the atmosphere is something else. और आज, yes, I have just heard the press conference of Graham Potter, and I believe that the atmosphere is something that they are banking on, क्योंकि they really were happy with that. हाँ, वो तो बोलेंगे Chelsea coach है, but even otherwise the performance was actually very professional. So that is good news. But again people, by the way, I can see a very few people in there. I don't know whether I'm streaming early. I thought I'm streaming at the right time today, but anyway, अगर सब लोग like कर दीजिए ना stream और share कर दीजिए, brilliant रहेगा. Again, like always, I have posted it in my Instagram account as well as एक ट्वीट गई है, तो प्लीज इफ यू कैन रीट्वीट दैट एज वेल एज बेसिकली शेयर दिस लिंक इन योर सोशल मीडिया, बहुत ही बढ़िया रहेगा. लेकिन लाइक दबा दीजिए. कम ऑन, वी कैन सर्टेनली ट्रिपल दिस नंबर ऑफ वाचिंग. नहीं, क्योंकि लिटरली वी आर गोइंग टू बी डिस्कसिंग एवरी गेम इन द वीकेंड जो होने वाला है, एवरी गेम, एंड आई मीन एवरी गेम. ठीक है, एज मच एज पॉसिबल. तो कम ऑन, लेट्स गेट इन मोर लाइक्स, लेट्स गेट इन मोर पीपल, ज्यादा मजा आएगा. एंड आई वांट इनपुट फ्रॉम यू ऑल. फॉर मी, till the time the panel comes, you are my panel as well, right? Of course, आप लोग यहाँ हो मेरा राय सुनने में, लेकिन I would like to hear your राय, because I think the huge news for Chelsea, it's not about just beating Milan. The huge news is this, and I think this might actually happen over the weekend. Of course, Wolves का भी बहुत बड़ा news है, but this is something very very interesting. Now यहाँ पर मैं share करने वाला हूँ मेरा screen. आप लोग बताइए if you have an idea with this guy. I know that Todd Burley and team were very impressed when it comes to basically, RB Leipzig and Red Bull, as in the entire group, right? Or there is no secret that वो हम chase कर रहे हैं, and that is RB Leipzig director Christopher Vivell. Yes, another Christopher, not just Christopher Nkunku. Christopher Vivell is also coming, and वो भी RB Leipzig से connected है. Talk about Christopher, but anyway, so he has been dismissed. He has been dismissed by RB Leipzig. Yes, you might say that it's a negative news, considering कि कोई dismiss हुआ है, but the fact that again, there's no secret कि यार Chelsea are in talks with him. लेकिन is it for the sporting director or is it for technical director or is it a combined role? Now he was playing the technical director at RB Leipzig, और जहां तक मैं पढ़ा हूं, मुझे लगता है that we might actually appoint 2 people, लेकिन एक जन अभी आ जाएगा मिड अक्टूबर में. ठीक है, सो दैट इज एक्चुअली गुड न्यूज, क्योंकि वो ये ग्राउंड वर्क थोड़ा जरूरी है इवन बिफोर द वर्ल्ड कप फॉर द डायरेक्टर, और देन मे बी अनदर पर्सन कम्स इन एंड देन दे मेक डिसीजन जनवरी ट्रांसफर विंडो में. तो दिस इज व्हाट इट इज. लेकिन अगेन it is kind of controversial the way Christopher Vivell has been dismissed. तो अगेन अगर किसी को मालूम है डिटेल्स जो let me know, but again I would not claim कि भाई मुझे बहुत मालूम है क्रिस्टोफर विवेल के बारे में. डेफिनेटली ये एक बंदा है जो हम basically, as in have been chasing for a while. Again, he joined Leipzig in 2020 after performing a similar role at Salzburg. So again, he is associated with the Red Bull group for a very long time, and this will be good news. At least Todd Burley भाई जो ऑलराउंडर वाला काम कर रहे हैं वो नहीं होगा. मतलब there will be distribution of work, and that's good for Chelsea in my opinion. What do you all think? Again, people, लाइक्स दबा दीजिए. लाइक्स बहुत कम हुए फॉर द पीपल वाचिंग. भाई सब लोग लाइक्स दबा दीजिए, सब लोग शेयर करिए. कम ऑन, आई एम नॉट शेयरिंग माय कम्युनिटी पेज, आई बिलीव. लेट मी शेयर इन माय कम्युनिटी एज वेल. और अगेन भाई, आई हैव रिलीज 2 शॉट्स आज, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग. डू चेक इट आउट, स्पेशली द लंदन राइवल्स विल हेल्प इट, विल लव इट, एज वेल एज द वर्ल्ड कप एंथुसियास्ट मैं बोलूंगा. लेकिन लेट मी जस्ट टेक अ सेकंड, आई विल टेक द कमेंट्स. मैं सबसे पहले आई थिंक आई माइट हैव टू शेयर इट विद कम्युनिटी. अगेन मैंने एक पोल डाला कल भी, प्लीज हिट दैट बेल नोटिफिकेशन आइकॉन, बिकॉज आई बिलीव कि नोटिफिकेशन नहीं जा रहे सब लोग को फॉर व्हाटएवर रीजन. तो प्लीज रीहिट द बेल नोटिफिकेशन आइकॉन फॉर ऑल नोटिफिकेशंस. और ये मैं अभी कर रहा हूँ. चलो आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग इट. Chalo, I've just shared my community page as well, people. So hopefully you can like that as well and like the stream. और yes, we are waiting for obviously a Manchester United panel, a Liverpool panel, जो हम उनके 2 मैचेस के बारे में बात करेंगे बहुत importantly. लेकिन come on, we had to start with Chelsea because Diego Costa is back at the bridge. Come on, it's huge for Chelsea, especially after that big win Milan versus Milan, and midweek में वापस मिलान में हमें travel करना है. So that's going to be interesting. तो सब लोग बताइए मिडवीक से आप लोग ने क्या देखा. मतलब शुड वी नॉट चेंज अ विनिंग कॉम्बिनेशन, और शुड वी से कि नहीं हमारा मिडवीक में वापस से मिलान में है. इट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मैच. यस, इट्स जस्ट 3 पॉइंट्स हमने अभी तक लिया है, दैट इज अगेंस्ट मिलान. सो वी नीडेड एटलीस्ट 4 पॉइंट्स. सो इवन टू गेट अ ड्रॉ और आइडियली अ विन, वी नीड अ बेस्ट प्लेयर्स इन मिडवीक. और ड्यू से नहीं, चेल्सी आर व्हाट 5th इन द लीग, और मैं दिखाने वाला हूं टेबल भी. And maybe that is why you would say nahi, we should actually concentrate on the league and take it game by game. मतलब it is very interesting. Again, मैं प्रेशर से मैं टीम न्यूज भी बताऊंगा most of the what you say teams के बारे में, but you would like to say as well what is your starting lineup for Chelsea as well as Wolves. By the way, Wolves का क्या बड़ा न्यूज है? Wolves का ये बड़ा न्यूज है. By the way, मैं मल्टीटास्क कर रहा हूँ, so please excuse me for a second. Yeah, so Wolves का ये बड़ा न्यूज है. देखिए, basically, of course, we know Bruno Lage is no longer there. Bruno Lage को कर दिया गया sack because I think they are lying 18th in the table. So 18th in the table is ऑफ कोर्स नोवेयर क्लोज टू गुड फॉर वुल्व्स, लेकिन 2 ही मैच पहले मैं पढ़ रहा था भाई, जस्ट लाइक एवर्टन अभी जो है, दे हैड द बेस्ट डिफेंसिव रिकॉर्ड, सो काइंड ऑफ सरप्राइजिंग. आप लोग बोलिए, आर यू सरप्राइज्ड दैट ब्रूनो लाजो सैक्ड, और कौन आने वाला है भाई? जूलियन लोपेटेगी. द Sevilla has really done badly, and him coming in is very very surprising for me. अब देखते हैं, लेकिन he won't come before the weekend. Okay, Anshuman is here. Let me add Anshuman in just a second. Meanwhile, this is the Premier League table for you all. तो आप देख रहे हो, Wolves is 18th with just 6 points, of course, and Chelsea are 5th with 13 points. Of course, you can see Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester United, जिसके बाद हम करेंगे absolutely. लेकिन let me actually introduce Anshuman and take a neutral opinion पहले. Hi Anshuman भाई, कैसे हो?
बढ़िया, बिल्कुल बढ़िया.
अरे नाइस टू सी, ऑलवेज नाइस टू सी स्माइलिंग अंशुमान. और भाई सब लोग उसी बात पर सब लोग लाइक कर दीजिए, एंड बिग अप अंशुमान ओपी हो जाए भाई इन द चैट, एंड डू नॉट फॉरगेट द यूनाइटेड रोड ऑलवेज. Great to have Anshuman as always. Let me take a few comments before I get to Anshuman now. Bhai Oba mentality is greater than Lukaku. What say? Are any day of the week? Abhi ke liye to definitely. Okay. In Premier League, there's no easy fixture. Exactly. We all know that. Over the years, we have faced that, and of course, we'll come to the their Klassiker bhi hai. Absolutely, जो आप देख रहे हो thumbnail में. Oba is more of a floating forward. Okay, getting you. Yeah, exactly. We are. Good evening to Lone Wolf. Ankit Bhaiya. Okay, let me actually start this and come back to it. Aritra, bhai, big up. Aapko bhi welcome hai, like everyone else. And then we have what, Anshul in the house. Change the formation for Wolves, both attacking to break low blocks. Okay, interesting. So I'll come to basically again big up to Arpit as well. Anshuman, भाई यूनाइटेड पर तो आएंगे डेफिनेटली, आर्सेनल लिवरपूल पर भी आएंगे, लेकिन भाई चेल्सी, यू नो दैट मैडनेस इज गोइंग ऑन. आई नो इट्स बोथ आर क्लब्स एक्चुअली व्हिच इज गोइंग थ्रू अ ट्रांजिशन येट अगेन. लेकिन अभी तक क्या देखा आपने पॉटर के? यू नो, डिड यू सी अ मैसिव चेंज इन द वे पॉटर इज प्लेइंग? डिड यू सी बॉडी लैंग्वेज ऑफ प्लेयर्स? जितना भी आपने देखा है चेल्सी को इन द लास्ट कपल ऑफ वीक्स, डू यू सी अ पॉजिटिविटी, और इज जस्ट द फैक्ट दैट नहीं, players are always there, it is just about, you know, us wanting to get the consistency?
नो वे, जब पॉटर आने वाला भी था, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गाइस, सबको जो भी ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज के सब्सक्राइबर्स यार, हेलो, गुड इवनिंग सबको. और इट्स बीन अ लॉन्ग टाइम, सो मैं था नहीं यहाँ पे, so it's good to be back always on Ankit Bhaiya's channel. But when Potter was getting appointed as the coach as well, manager, मैंने तब भी वही चीज बोली थी कि he is going to play the same system, because उसको सिस्टम चेंज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. What he got is he got Aubameyang. If Aubameyang, is performing for you guys, all of a sudden you guys look a much better team. ठीक है? When Tuchel was there, the biggest problem was आपके पास striker जो था वो ढंग से नहीं खेल रहा था कोई. ठीक है? Yeah, you were trying someone like Havertz, but सबको पता है यार वो प्रीमियर लीग में as a number 9 वो नहीं खेल सकता. In few games he can give you those goals, but consistent basis पे नहीं. Now that we have the likes of Reece James and Chilwell, ये दोनों आपके basically wingers हैं. When you play them in a 3 at the back, तो उनको ज्यादा डिफेंड करने की जरूरत है नहीं. ठीक है? The way you guys played against Milan, that's how I actually expect Chelsea to play. ठीक है? जहां पे मतलब बॉम्बार्ड कर रहे हैं आपके टीम. हाँ, कुलीबाली, I told you, कुलीबाली पिछले मैच में भी एकदम भद्दा, जिसको बोलते हैं, मतलब उसको हाफ
वो पता नहीं ऐसे स्टार्ट कर रहा है जैसे हम स्कूल में करते थे ना अपने, मतलब वेयर वी हैड टू, वी वर बुलीड बाय द सीनियर समटाइम्स, मतलब आई नो दैट यूज्ड टू हैपन फॉर मी, एंड वी वर लाइक स्कैर्ड कि रे थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा ज़ील दिख रहा है, मतलब कुछ ज्यादा ही ट्राई कर रहा है. आई डोंट नो व्हाट.
द ओनली रीजन ही प्लेड द 90 मिनट्स, क्योंकि आपका फफाना इंजर्ड हो गया. नाउ ही इज गॉन फॉर अ मंथ, सो विदाउट फफाना how you guys are going to cope, उस पे है. बट या Aubameyang definitely, जब नया मैनेजर आता है, everyone wants to prove themselves कि भाई मैं प्लेइंग 11 का पार्ट हूं. द वे Loftus-Cheek played,
yeah, Loftus-Cheek is brilliant. Exactly. In fact, just coming back ना, कुलीबाली का इतना जरूर बोलूंगा, मैं खुद भी वॉच अलॉन्ग के दौरान आई रिमेंबर पहले almost 20-25 मिनट I was very nervous about कुलीबाली, लेकिन I must say he grew into the game. Definitely he grew into the game. या आप बोल सकते हो मिलान फॉरवर्ड इतना पेले नहीं जितना वो पेल सकते थे कुलीबाली को, दैट इज अ फैक्ट. लेकिन वही है, मतलब
वो भी है भैया, एंड प्लस मिलान वाज नॉट एट द फुल स्ट्रेंथ, वो भी उसके लिए चला गया. बाय दैट टाइम आल्सो गाइस यू हैड द गोल एज वेल. पहला गोल आ गया, उसका यू गाइस सेटल्ड एज वेल. उसके बाद मिलान वाज इन अ डिफेंसिव मोड कि भाई हमारे पास बेंच पे भी देखो तो दे डिडंट हैव प्लेयर्स ऑन द बेंच हु कैन जस्ट कम इन एंड they can just change the game. वो होने से रहा. So that's how it was. But yeah, definitely Chelsea in coming days, अगर Aubameyang stays fit, Chelsea will keep on performing.
Yep, I hope so. I hope so. क्योंकि again मतलब number 9 is big curse. आप लोग सब जानते हो. Talking about number 9, भाई when Diego Costa is back to the bridge. और by the way, हाँ, he is 34 year old today. आज Diego Costa का birthday भी है, तो coincidentally, तो happy birthday to Diego Costa. For me, he was one of the great Chelsea forwards in the last decade. लेकिन यार reality is he's not the same Diego Costa. Having said that, जो last week I know they lost to I think West Ham. फिर भी डिएगो कोस्टा हैड एन इम्पैक्ट. आते ही बेसिकली एक असिस्ट किया था, ऑफसाइड गोल था, बट आई थिंक दैट वाज द थिंग दैट डिएगो कोस्टा स्टिल हैज इट. इनफैक्ट डिएगो कोस्टा का एक चीज मैं बताऊंगा, प्रीटी श्योर अंशुमन विल रिमेंबर एज वेल. एक चीज नहीं जाएगी, आई डोंट थिंक इज अ मैटर ऑफ एज और व्हाटएवर. भाई उसका जो नेचर है ना, उसका जो कैरेक्टर है, भाई एक रेफरी कुछ भी देता है ना, तो रेफरी को ऐसे एकदम अजीब सा देखता है कि भाई पजल हो जाएगा आदमी एकदम. तो मतलब he has that knack of getting under the skin. So again, like Fofana, again the news from presser is that he is missing 4 से 5 हफ्ते मिस करेगा. लेकिन bad news for him is he's probably going to miss the World Cup because of that. ठीक है, लेकिन मतलब अगेन कूलीबाली हम बात की ऑलरेडी. क्या लगता है मतलब कूलीबाली एंड थियागो सिल्वा वर्सेस डिएगो कोस्टा. आई नो इट्स नॉट अ प्राइम डिएगो कोस्टा, बट प्रीटी श्योर दैट हम कुकुरिया के साथ नहीं जाएंगे एंड वी माइट स्टिल कंटिन्यू विद कूलीबाली एंड गो फॉर द बैक. क्या लगता है आपको?
नहीं, मुझे लगता है कुछ चेंज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू हैव चलोबा, he did brilliantly after he came. जिस तरीके से he controlled Rafael Leao, I think he did brilliantly. तो वो चीजें हमेशा obviously will stay in the mind. उसके अलावा एक चीज और है कि as you said, Diego Costa is not not is in prime. ठीक है, तो वो चीज भी हम, बट यही है कि when we are playing against Wolves, they have good wingers. अगर वो ढंग से कोस्टा को क्रॉसेस डाल दे तो अभी भी they are going to be one of the threats. Like Costa को अगर आप बॉल दे रहे हो तो he can be a threat. ऐसा नहीं है कि he is going to bully you with pace, but physicalities obviously he can bully you. So Chelsea just need to be a bit क्योंकि अभी चैंपियंस लीग खेल के आ रहे हैं, कॉन्फिडेंस आई है, बट just don't get a bit too complacent, जो हमेशा रहता है चेल्सी के साथ.
मतलब एक मोमेंटम की है, मतलब टॉक अबाउट मोमेंटम. हम भी जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट फॉर्म, भाई हमारे वी आर कमिंग बैक आफ्टर बैक टू बैक विंस इन द प्रीमियर लीग. अब मुझे तो लिटरली याद भी नहीं है भाई कल मैंने कब बोला था ऐसा. 2-1 विन हुए, लेकिन 2-1 विन यू वुड नॉट से दोनों ही कन्विंसिंग थे. कम ऑन, वेस्ट हैम वाला कंट्रोवर्शियल था, और प्रीटी श्योर क्रिस्टल पैलेस वाला गैलेगर अगर नहीं मारता वो शॉट तो हु नोस व्हाट वुड हैपन. थियागो सिल्वा वहां भी आर्गुएबली शुड हैव गॉट अ रेड कार्ड. तो हम लकी रहे इन द प्रीमियर लीग, लेकिन इट्स हाई टाइम दैट वी गॉट द लक. मैं तो बोलता ही हूं, लेकिन थर्ड टाइम लकी रहेंगे कि इसलिए परफॉर्मेंस इज क्रूशियल. सस्ता हाइपर प्लेज, नाइस क्वेश्चन बाय द वे. हाँ, हमने बात किया था दैट वी आर गेटिंग प्रॉब्ली लाइप्जिग एक्स डायरेक्टर जो आज डिसमिस किए गए, वी माइट गेट हिम एज अ न्यू टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर. नाउ अगेन आई नो दैट टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर, स्पोर्टिंग डायरेक्टर, people talk so much. At the end of the day, I believe what my understanding is, technical director is more backroom versus a sporting director who's more in directly in talks with the coach, directly talks with the the team, and he has more decisions. Like a technical director zyada planning and plotting में चलता है in terms of basically what can be our options. The person, the technical director का बहुत important role है having that contacts. एक बोलते हैं ना contacts, इसके बाद है भाई contact, तो वो वाला बंदा बहुत important है. I think Anshumaan will probably explain it even better knowing the technical director issues at Manchester United over the years. भाई मतलब
है ही नहीं. हम तो बस मतलब वो होता है ना, बंदे को हम वही होता है कि when your club is in a mess, हम बंदे का नाम बदल के रोल देते रहते हैं उसको. मतलब मोटा पहले कुछ था, उसको लेके आ गए, दूसरा उसको डीओएफ का रोल दे दिया उस तरीके से. रिचर्ड आर्नल्ड था, वो थोड़ा नीचे था, वुडवर्ड गया तो वो वुडवर्ड का दोस्त है तो वो ऊपर आ गया. सो वही है. एंड when you look at what United did in the window in terms of the players that we have signed, ये पूरा हम वही बंदे लेके आए हैं जो मैनेजर चाहता था. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि भाई हमने कोई स्काउटिंग कर दिया. नहीं, मार्टिनेज मैनेजर वांटेड, एरिक्सन मैनेजर वांटेड, एंटनी मैनेजर वांटेड, ठीक है, मलासिया जो था मैनेजर वांटेड, कैसेमीरो चलो हमें फ्रैंकी डियोंग नहीं मिला तो वी हैड लाइक चलो ठीक है भाई कैसेमीरो ले आओ. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट तो मतलब हम कुछ तरीके से कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे थे.
नहीं मतलब आई अंडरस्टैंड. वही है मतलब एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स आल्सो, मैं तो इतना बोलता हूँ, माइकल एमेनालो जब थे ना चेल्सी में, तो फॉर मी दैट लोन आर्मी, द लोन सिस्टम जो भी सेटअप होना, आई थिंक दैट्स पार्ट ऑफ द टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर जॉब. एक लॉन्ग टर्म प्लानिंग ऑफ द क्लब की कैसे क्लब विल बी रन शॉर्ट एंड लॉन्ग टर्म. टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर इज क्रूशियल, और वही है, ही इज बेसिकली, आप कैसे बोलते हो, जैसे हम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बोलूं, जैसे अपना इंडियन अनफॉर्चुनेटली बोलना पड़ रहा है, लेकिन जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ हमेशा इंडियन सब लोग जानते हैं भाई, इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इंडिया का जो चलता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ एज इन राजनीति चलती है. फॉर मी the president is almost like that, where the president is almost like the postman between the people and the prime minister, simple as that. तो वही है टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर कर रहा है in terms of the club as well as the management, and somehow he kind of gets the right picture going, और वो implement करवाता है along with the planning. So it's extremely crucial कि टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर पहले आए, और स्पोर्टिंग डायरेक्टर is obviously very important. I don't know man, we might get two different people, क्योंकि यार बहुत सारे लोगों को निकाला है बोली ने for whatever reason. तो देखते हैं क्या होता है. But again, coming back to the game, and of course the games, in fact हम बाकी में भी आएंगे. Again, people, I'm requesting everyone, भाई hit the likes. Come on, let's have more people. I'm telling you, every game will be discussed. We have a Manchester United panel here. We are having a Liverpool panel also going to be joining us in maybe midway through. और हम बाकी लीग्स के बारे में भी बात करेंगे. तो come on हो जाए. और मैं स्टार करते आ रहा हूँ जो भी कमेंट्स है which is मतलब नॉट रिलेटेड टू हम जो बात कर रहे हैं. विल कम बैक टू दैट बेस्ड ऑन टाइम. ठीक है, लेकिन हाँ, स्टार्टिंग 11 की बात कर लेते हैं. हाँ, बाय द वे, यहाँ पर आई बिलीव जैक ने शेयर किया है अबाउट आई बिलीव इट वाज Wolves are having a lot of injuries, और I don't know, maybe luck भी बोल सकते हैं चेल्सी का. Like I said, हाई टाइम की चेल्सी को भी थोड़ा लक चाहिए था. मिलान के साथ भी आई नो मिड वीक में थे. नेक्स्ट वीक मिलान में भी बेटर मिलान, ये बोलता हूँ. लेकिन वुल्व्स का इट्स अ फैक्ट. यस, कॉलिंस इज आउट आई बिलीव. रूबन नेवेस आई बिलीव इज सस्पेंडेड. ठीक है, नेटो इज आउट एज वेल. नेटो अगेंस्ट चेल्सी, एवरीवन को याद होगा कि नेटो अगेंस्ट चेल्सी एक्चुअली डज वेल ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द टाइम. आई थिंक वैंग माइट बी फिट एज पर द न्यूज. चिकिनियो इज आउट, हिमेनेज इज आउट, इसलिए हम बात कर रहे थे डिएगो कोस्टा का. लेकिन चेल्सी का कुकुरेया आए थे. आई थिंक ही वाज ऑन द बेंच in midweek. Jorginho came on. Glad to see him back, क्योंकि कांटे is not 100% back yet, जहां तक मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है. लेकिन मेंडी वर्सेस केपा, यहाँ पर लेट मी एक्चुअली फॉर्म द टीम. आप लोग बताइए, चेल्सी क्या 4 द बैक खेलेगी लाइक लास्ट वीक इन द प्रीमियर लीग, आई बिलीव सो, और यू वुड लाइक टू स्टिक 3 द बैक? लेट मी नो द कमेंट्स. लेकिन मैं पूछना चाहूंगा अंशुमन से. अंशुमन, आई एम नॉट कन्विंस्ड केपा और मेंडी दोनों 100% मैं बोलूँ तो, लेकिन क्लियर है कि आई थिंक पॉटर द वे ही प्लेज, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द बॉल एक्सेट्रा, और केपा एक ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल ला रहे अभी के लिए. फिटनेस भी मंडी के नॉट 100%. तो मतलब आर यू सीइंग लाइक एज ए न्यूट्रल क्या बोलोगे? मतलब केपा इज हियर टू स्टे? आर यू सीइंग हिम कमिंग बैक टू फॉर्म? आपको याद है, मतलब जस्ट आई नो नॉट एग्जैक्टली, दाविड डिया का पहला सीजन मैन यूनाइटेड में कैसे गया था, एंड देन हाउ ही इंप्रूव्ड. मतलब यू कैन काइंड ऑफ से दैट, नहीं?
भाई देखो, इंप्रूव ऑब्वियसली बात है, कर सकता है. केपा वाज नेवर अ बैड गोलकीपर. ठीक है, ही वाज नेवर अ बैड गोलकीपर, बट जस्ट जिस तरीके से उसको चाहिए था उसके अकॉर्डिंग टीम गई नहीं. उसके अकॉर्डिंग, मतलब आप बोल सकते हो कि कॉन्फिडेंस उसको मिला नहीं. ही मेड फ्यू मिस्टेक्स एंड आफ्टर दैट ऑलरेडी जाके उसको मेंडी को ले आए. मेंडी आते के साथ ही स्टार्टेड परफॉर्मिंग, बट नाउ केपा हैज अ route back to the team. So I think he can definitely do better. Physically, what I say is that physically अगर वो थोड़ा सा और improve कर ले, where he's just commanding the box in a better way, so I think Mendy को he can definitely put back on the bench. And Mendy का थोड़ा fitness issue भी रहा है, थोड़ा contract का भी issue रहा है, जिसके बाद से his I think head is not there 100%. जहाँ पे he is not even getting the same amount of money that Kepa is earning by just being on the bench. So that's also to be kept in the mind as well.
राइट. तो चलो यहाँ पर आई नो, यहाँ पर पीपल fire.com लाइक वी कवर्ड ऑलरेडी, आप लेट ज्वाइन किया भाई. फोफाना एज पर द न्यूज एंड एज पर जो एक्सप्रेशन था पॉटर का, इट वाजंट एज बैड एज एक्सपेक्टेड, बट फिर भी ही विल बी आउट फॉर अ मंथ. लुक्स लाइक एक महीने के लिए बाहर है. लेट्स सी, मतलब मैच फिट शायद 5 वीक्स में हो, दैट्स व्हाट द एंटिसिपेशन, बट डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ ही recuperates from the injury. It's basically a stretch of the knee. It's not basically an ACL or something like that. Ankit Bhaiya, don't you think Chalobah in pitch we create more? Well, you can argue that therein, but at the same time, मतलब आपको नहीं लगता, मतलब मैं यहाँ पर अंशुमन से भी पूछूंगा. Yes, of course, हम 3 the back में it's a basically tried and tested formation. We have been playing for a good while अभी. अंशुमन, आप देखते हो चेल्सी को, but don't you think that मतलब maybe with Gallagher kind of person coming in, Loftus-Cheek rebought almost, I know 2 मैच ही हुआ है जहाँ अच्छा खेला है, तो we can probably get in an extra midfielder rather, वो और भी creation होगा rather than Chalobah one more at the back.
बिल्कुल. You can have like 4 players like that, जहाँ पे आपको हर टीम के अगेंस्ट आपको बैक 5 जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. You have the midfield, you have the players who even without, if you are going Wolves है, ठीक है, you have seen so many injury concerns, ठीक है, suspension है, injuries. I don't think Wolves is going to create that much. So आपको एक एक्स्ट्रा डिफेंडर की जरूरत नहीं है इन द मिडफील्ड. एज आई सेड, यू कैन डेफिनेटली ट्राई फॉर समवन लाइक लॉफ्टस-चीक को यार फिर से खिला दो. जस्ट गो विद
Yeah.
लाइक्स ऑफ कुलिबली एंड सिल्वा. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. आई डोंट थिंक वुल्स इज गोइंग टू ऑफर मच मोर अटैकिंग थ्रेट. सो जा सकते हो आराम से. मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं लगता. एंड एज यू सेड, एक मिडफील्डर ऑब्वियसली इज गोइंग टू गिव यू मोर क्रिएशन देन समवन लाइक चलोबा.
Yeah. या अंशुल आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट, इतना मैं बता सकता हूँ अंशुल. अगर आप रेस्ट करने की बात कर रहे हो भाई, हम फिफ्थ है अभी लीग में. एंड वी हैव जस्ट काइंड ऑफ जस्ट अबाउट 1-2 गेम्स. आई डोंट थिंक इट्स टाइम टू रेस्ट. सीजन अभी शुरू हुआ है, अभी रेस्ट करने लगे बहुत लोगों, स्पेशली स्टर्लिंग एंड जेम्स भी रेस्टेड. नो ब्रो, मतलब ऑल ड्यू रेस्पेक्ट टू यू, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगता ये होने वाला है. अच्छा, फॉर बैक 5 चिली, बैक 4 कुके थॉट्स. मेरा तो बैक 4 है थॉट्स. मुझे लगता है आई नो वी शुड नॉट चेंज एवरी वीक, बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वी हैव टू नो दैट फोफाना इज आउट. तो अगर हम खेले विद ऑल द डिफेंडर्स, बचेगा कौन? प्लस द फैक्ट दैट, जैसे अंशुमन ने एक्सप्लेन किया अबाउट हैविंग दैट एक्स्ट्रा मिडफील्डर ऑलवेज हेल्प्स, स्पेशली एक वुल्व्स टीम. और याद रखिए, वुल्व्स, आई नो इट्स अ स्टैमफोर्ड ब्रिज, फिर भी वुल्व्स इन द लास्ट 3 मैचेस दे आर द ड्रॉ मर्चेंट्स. हाँ, दे आर कमिंग विदाउट अ मैनेजर, वो इफेक्ट करेगा थोड़ा, लेकिन why not, they can play for a draw again. तो we need more creativity in midfield में, मुझे लगता है. मैं यहाँ पे जल्दी से शेयर करूंगा टीम में. मैं शेयर करूँ स्क्रीन. आई नो वी आर कमिंग टू अदर मैचेस एज वेल, बट अंशुमन हेल्प मी आउट यार साथ साथ में. अगेन मैं यहाँ पे, आई नो लास्ट मैच प्रीमियर लीग में हम गए थे 4-2-2-2 या 4-4-2 आप बोल सकते हो, या 4-1-3-2, यू कैन से दैट. लेकिन इसमें द फैक्ट इज आई डोंट सी हावर्ड स्टार्टिंग. आई फील जहां पर पुलिसिक का बात है, बहुत सारा मीडिया में चल रहा है पुलिसिक का, प्लस लास्ट वीकेंड इम्पैक्ट किया था और मिडवीक में ही डिडंट स्टार्ट, सो मे बी ही इज वांटिंग टू स्टार्ट पुलिसिक. और वी ऑल नो पुलिसिक इज बेस्ट ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. तो मैं तो जा रहा हूँ विद 4-3-3 व्हिच आल्सो पॉटर प्लेज, बाय द वे, जस्ट ये चेंज करते रहेगा भाई पॉटर. दैट्स माय गेस. अगेन ये मेरा गेस है व्हाट इज गोइंग टू प्ले. यहाँ पर आई बिलीव देयर माइट बी, I think Havertz also came on, right? So Havertz might actually start this as well. Neto, you would say that, would you have one of Havertz amount ki dono?
मैं दोनों का कोई लॉजिक नहीं बनता. I think Mount is,
तो Sterling we can't rest यार, अभी बहुत जल्दी है रेस्ट करने के लिए. नहीं, then we'll probably have Mount का, मतलब फर्स्ट हाफ में डिसेंट परफॉर्मेंस था. I would put Mount. यहाँ पर सब लोग साथ साथ में बताए चैट में भी. यहाँ पर I believe Loftus-Cheek, like Anshuman said also, he had a good game, and you'll have Jorginho back. So यहाँ पर Jorginho का extra protection है, इसलिए I'm doing 4-3-3 is what I'm saying. राइट बैक में ऑब्वियसली you'll have one and only Reece James. अंशुमन बताइए दो यार, मतलब where do you rank Reece James right now? राइट बैक इतने सारे एक
one of the best in the world, definitely.
Yeah. So left back, Chilwell had a very good game, लेकिन because we are playing full back और कुकुरिया को ज्यादा मिनट्स मिले नहीं है, he's coming back from injury, I feel that we might go थोड़ा बहुत solid in कुकुरिया. And यहाँ पर we'll have obviously Silva and a Koulibaly is what I'm guessing. I know Silva week in week out खेल रहे हैं, but वही है, हमारे पास इंजरीज इतना. I don't see Chalobah starting with Koulibaly. बहुत ही ज्यादा रिस्की हो जाएगा वो. नहीं,
बिल्कुल.
तो यहाँ पर obviously Kepa starting because we need the continuity going. So people, this is my 11.
के ऊपर I think मेरे हिसाब से फिर चिलवेल ही खेलेगा भैया.
चिलवेल खेलेगा क्या? हो सकता है, मतलब हाँ वहाँ. ओनली रीजन आई एम सेइंग इज क्योंकि यार मिडवीक में वापस है ना, और चिलवेल भी आप देखो तो लॉन्ग टर्म इंजरी के बाद आया है, तो इतना आप रिस्क लेना चाहोगे, मुझे थोड़ा सा डाउट है बस. बट एनीवे लेट्स सी. भाई भैया एट द मोमेंट सेलिंग ओवर द वर्स्ट डिसीजन. भाई ट्रांसफर न्यूज में मत सुनिए अभी. ये होता है, टैबलॉइड्स आर मेंट फॉर डूइंग दैट, सो डोंट गो विद दैट. ओबा भाई कल आया है, कल भी नहीं यार आज सुबह आया है चेल्सी में ऑलमोस्ट. अभी कहाँ जाने वाला है यार, ही इज नोवेयर गोइंग. 2 साल के लिए ही है और अच्छा कर रहा है महीने में. बाय द वे, पीपल कैन बी इंटरेस्टेड बट दैट डजंट मीन दैट वील सेल हिम. स्टर्लिंग की सेटिंग शॉट्स को मिस करने की आदत अभी तक नहीं गई. लूसी, अगेन हम बहुत रिएक्शनरी होते हैं, बहुत ही रीसेंट बायस्ड होते हैं. स्टर्लिंग आर्ग्यूबली हैज बीन द साइनिंग ऑफ द सीजन फॉर चेल्सी. हाँ, अब देखो तो यस ही मिसेस शॉट्स, वो हमें पता है, बट वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट दैट एंड मूव ऑन बिकॉज ही विल मिस शॉट्स. आपको पता ही है दैट विल कम, लेकिन ही इज बेटर देन अदर्स बिकॉज बाकी और भी बुरे. Gallagher in place of Mount, yeah, this is a very good option. I think ये हो सकता है Anshul. I'll probably go with that. Yeah, this one I probably missed it. Yeah, exactly. He can. इनका डेरेन का लाइनअप देखिए आप. चालोबा, सिल्वा, okay, Koulibaly. So he's going 5 at the back basically. Interesting that. Jorginho DM. नहीं, with two midfielders beside him, I think it's better. Again, I think Potter अभी भी senior members को खिला रहे ज्यादा. Zakaria and Mendy should get the chance. Zakaria भाई मतलब आज उन्होंने इंटरव्यू दिया that when I think Nizar Kansela asked him that Tuchel बोले थे आप right wing back भी खेल सकते हो, तो उन्होंने हंस दिया. So looks like he considers himself as a CDM or a centre back. That's what the
of course
situation
उसका
is.
रोल वही है
exactly.
रोल
चलो
उसका
भाई,
वही है.
that United jersey, oh man, सूरज बिगा भाई, TCSB को भी भाई सब लोग let's like the stream और again share it. Again shout out है to the United Road, do not forget to do that. हाँ, by the way मैंने कॉल किया था भाई, I did call उत्कर्ष को बुलाया था, but उत्कर्ष is busy, so कोई नहीं, no problem. And again, like you know, everyone is invited. It's an open door, absolutely भाई. तो भाई हो जाए predictions. Anshuman, Chelsea at the bridge welcoming Diego Costa. Wolves with no manager, लेकिन Wolves who are draw merchants. क्या लगता है?
I think easy 2-0 for Chelsea in my opinion.
Okay, I'll take that any day. Especially midweek game था ना, और midweek game वापस है. Okay, yeah, definitely यार, उसका भी बुला. आपको क्या लगता है? मैंने बुलाया, मैं तो literally हर 3 दिन में मैसेज करता हूँ, बस उनके भी अवेलेबिलिटी चाहिए ना भाई. Much love to them as well. But अच्छा, my predictions यहाँ पर मैं बोल रहा हूँ Wolves. Yes, एक तो पेड्रो नेटो नहीं है, the danger man for Chelsea हमेशा, लेकिन Costa somehow मुझे लगता है that यार एक एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट होगा, कुछ ना कुछ will give. And
he
considering
might just take a red card and make matters worse for Wolverhampton.
But लेकिन you know what, एक स्टार्ट मालूम है, प्रीमियर लीग में he's never taken a direct red card, never. That's so surprising for Costa. एक बार सिर्फ वो हुआ था, सस्पेंड हुआ था after the match. That's what happened. But that was against Arsenal. And talk about Arsenal, we have Bipra in the house. Arsenal की बातें भी करेंगे. Okay, 3-0 to Chelsea. मैं बोल रहा हूँ we might again get a 2-1. Yes, third time lucky नहीं रहेंगे. It will be a good performance. लेकिन I'm going with a 2-1. Like I think Darren said, Premier League no match is easy. Especially हो सकता है ब्रूनो लाज बहुत ही नेगेटिव खेल रहे होंगे, and players might be a little bit free. I'm just saying, you know, or Diego Costa element back at the bridge. So I'm saying that हाँ, clean sheet हो तो बढ़िया है, but again back to back clean sheets. Will I expect knowing Chelsea so much? I don't think so. I'm going with 2-1 as well as Darren. वैसे ही let's everyone move on to the second game and we'll come back to the other questions on Chelsea as well. लेकिन of course Manchester United panel in the house, yes of course Arsenal Liverpool भी हम करेंगे बात, लेकिन Manchester United की थोड़ी बात हो जाती है. अंशुमन क्या लगता है यार, ओमोनिया निकोसिया परफॉर्मेंस, मतलब आई नो खाया था गोल, देन अगेन यू गॉट वन मोर गोल आफ्टर गोइंग 3-1 अप, अगेन एक और गोल खाया, बट जनरली स्पीकिंग एक स्ट्रक्चर, मतलब डू यू थिंक दैट अगेंस्ट मैन सिटी जो हुआ था इट वाज मे बी अ लर्निंग, मतलब व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन अभी एट द क्लब, क्या लगता है?
मैं देखो मैन सिटी टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट आई डिडंट सी दैट कमिंग. मतलब मैं ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा था वी आर गोइंग टू गेट यू नो विन एट एतिहाद, you know, because the way they play. But ये 4 goal first half में भी concede करना I was not expecting. So at this point of time, what I am feeling, looking at the playing 11 is, I think Erik ten Hag, he's still looking for that playing 11. You know, he went for 4 players. He went for on a 4-game winning streak. उस time पे we had like McTominay and Eriksen, and he just thought, you know, obviously he was wrong on his part, and he accepted that. You know, he just felt that he can go with McTominay and Eriksen at Etihad. That was never going to work. You know, and the moment we conceded after that, there was no coming back. So at this point of time, what we are trying to do, Casemiro definitely is going to get a hold back. Antony is performing, and now that we have a fit Martial, everything changes. You know, Martial and Rashford, if they are staying fit for United,
वो उसका कुछ crazy start है ना, something like within 100 minutes he's got like 3 goals or something in terms of football, भाई, मतलब that's crazy.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि if he stays fit, वही है, उसकी फिटनेस पे आ जाती है बात. If he stays fit, then definitely United will be, you know, in the reckoning in the coming games. Everton का game जो है, obviously they are going to defend in numbers. We all know that. That's how they basically play. So overall against Everton, I'm expecting a win. But then वही है कि without Varane, we need more consistency. You know, from the back four that we have. The second goal, it was purely Lindelof's mistake. The first goal, it was purely Malacia's mistake. So 2 goal जो हमने दिए हैं वो basically हमने अपनी गलती से दिए हैं. You know, rather than anything else, we have given both the goals जो हमने अपनी गलती किया. Otherwise, we could have easily won the game like what? Scored 6-7 goals. हम आराम से कम 6-7 गोल मारते जिस तरीके के chances we have missed. So unfortunate, but ठीक है. You know, obviously this is a team which is going to just keep on getting better. You just have to, you know, give Erik ten Hag what he wants.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल यू नो व्हाट मतलब अगेन वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस हम मतलब दैट्स अ फैक्ट वी कैन नॉट डिनाई द फैक्ट कि भाई अभी भी वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस है बट वही है इस बार द फैक्ट इज अगेन रोनाल्डो का पॉइंट आ जाता है वी हैव टू स्पीक अबाउट दैट अंशुमन आई नो दैट या वेन रूनी डाबी बाय द वे अच्छा कमेंट था वो बहुत लेकिन रोनाल्डो भाई मतलब यस ही गॉट एन असिस्ट लेकिन इन टर्म्स ऑफ शॉट ना पता नहीं भाई मतलब इज दैट अ कॉन्फिडेंस इज दैट द फैक्ट कि वो स्टार्ट नहीं कर रहा ज्यादा गेम्स तो ज्यादा एंशियस हो रहा है और सिंपली एक he's lacking pace is it like are you really seeing the end because एक होता ना रोनाल्डो का आते ही भाई बूम शॉट आता था दैट थिंग इज नॉट कमिंग वो एक टच ले रहा है एक्स्ट्रा जो हम चेल्सी के फॉरवर्ड्स के बारे में ना निंदा करते हैं
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ भैया कि मैं कल वॉच अलॉन्ग पे भी था तो मैं एक ही चीज बोल रहा था कि ही इज नॉट लुकिंग लाइक द प्लेयर दैट वी एक्सपेक्ट हिम टू बी यू नो एंड वो चीज दिख रहा है कॉन्फिडेंस भी थोड़ा डाउन है यू नो कॉन्फिडेंस डेफिनेटली डाउन है बट कल के गेम में आप किसी और को ब्लेम नहीं कर सकते अपार्ट फ्रॉम योरसेल्फ ठीक है लोगों ने प्लेटर पे सजा सजा के यू नो दे हैव गिवन यू चांसेस जस्ट स्कोर एंड यू स्टिल हैव नॉट स्कोर्ड so obviously you know he is one of those guys who can just come in and you know he can decimate any opponent even in at this age आखिरी के 25-30 मिनट में but he is not a starter for me you know when Martial is fit you know when Martial is fit obviously I'm not saying कि भाई Martial हमारा नंबर 9 होगा अगले 5 साल तक नहीं I'm not saying that मैं हमें डेफिनेटली एक स्ट्राइकर चाहिए एक यंग स्ट्राइकर चाहिए who can do you know the things that Martial does in like 5-6 games throughout the season so हमें वैसा बंदा चाहिए but at this point of time Martial will start over Ronaldo and Everton के गेम में भी Ronaldo is going to go on the bench and we will just see Martial, Rashford and Anthony Sancho भी मुझे लग रहा है he will go on the bench
Okay, that's very interesting. I know. By the way, Rashford और मार्शियल वो इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर्स लग रहे हैं और एंटनी लग रहा है द मोस्ट प्लेयर जो एक शॉट्स लेने पर इज नॉट रियली हेजिटेंट यू कैन बेसिकली अंडरस्टैंड दैट लेकिन अगेन आर्ग्यूबली सैंचो वाज द प्लेयर इन फॉर्म लास्ट महीने अगेन वुड यू बी सरप्राइज इफ टॉड सेल्स ओबा फॉर रोनाल्डो 100% सरप्राइज भाई मतलब यहाँ पर हम बात कर रहे हैं यस रोनाल्डो इज अ गोट आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डिनाई दैट लेकिन ओबा इज द गाय हु फिट्स पॉटर सिस्टम फर्स्टली सेकेंडली ओबा इज अ गाय जो एज थिंग्स स्टैंड अभी के लिए फॉर्म में है और कंसिडरिंग अ रोनाल्डो जहां पर लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट मतलब मैक्सिमम एट द वेरी वेरी टॉप लेवल यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 18 मोर मंथ्स एट द वेरी वेरी टॉप लेवल आई एम टॉकिंग राइट तो वहां पर अगेन यू वुड रादर सी अ करंट फॉर्म व्हिच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट और अगेन फिटमेंट भी एक चीज होती है और आई डोंट सी रोनाल्डो कमिंग हियर एज ऑफ नाउ अनलेस बेसिकली वो खुद आना चाहे एकदम और बात कर ले समथिंग लाइक दैट व्हिच आई आल्सो डोंट सी दैट्स अ डिफरेंट पॉइंट लेकिन टॉकिंग अबाउट एक और बिग साइनिंग अगेन ओमोनिया निकोसिया के साथ भाई व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट कैसेमिरो परफॉर्मेंस जनरली एंड व्हाट आर यू सीइंग कैसेमिरो का फिटमेंट मतलब इज इट टाइम टू एक्चुअली जस्ट वही सेम चीज रोनाल्डो जैसी है बिकॉज ही डिड नॉट स्टार्ट मेनी गेम्स हो सकता है अभी तक यू आर नॉट फाइंडिंग इट आई नो काफी लोग एलिगेशन डाल रहे हैं भाई पैसे के लिए
निकोसिया के अगेंस्ट 80 मिनट्स ही वाज एवरीवेयर दैट्स व्हाट यू एक्सपेक्ट अब उससे तुम्हें ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते कि भाई जाके तुम्हें वो गोल असिस्ट दे दे यू नो he कंट्रोल द मिडफील्ड उससे ज्यादा वो बंदा क्या उसको तुम ये थोड़ी बोलोगे कि भाई तू जा तू कॉर्नर से गोल भी ले ले तू फ्री किक भी ले ले तू सब कुछ कर ले his role is defined he was doing his role as I said दो जो हमने the second goal that we conceded it was totally bypassed the midfield Lindelof पता नहीं कहां सो रहा था फर्स्ट गोल में मलासिया सो रहा था so apart from that throughout the game they have done nothing and the number of chances we created we could have won the game like 7-8 even by 9 goals you know so Casemiro is definitely back you know and Erik ten Hag also needs to understand that this is Premier League this is not you know Eredivisie where you can go with just one CDM even without CDM at times and you can still get the win here you will need that CDM you know that's how Ole used to get the results obviously at this point of time against bigger teams what Ole used to do he just played McFred and like hit on the counter you know so we had a really good record against Chelsea when Ole was there
लेकिन उस समय एक मैटिच भी तो था ना मतलब मैटिच आल्सो यूज्ड टू प्ले
खेलता नहीं था ना मैटिच खेलता
ही यूज्ड टू कम ऑन लाइक ही यूज्ड टू कम ऑन
yeah he used to come on the last 20 minutes जहां पे मैकटोमिने या फिर फ्रेड में से किसी को हटाना होता था but McFred was the core at this point of time I think in certain games you can definitely play Fred and Casemiro in certain games you can even go with Casemiro and McTominay because Casemiro की जो पासिंग का रेंज है वो बहुत अच्छा है people underestimate
even ground passing यार वो in between the lines करता है वो underrated है I've been saying it for a while now
exactly so if you are you know Eriksen को भाई खिला के मारो मत unfortunately for Donny van der Beek he is not fit otherwise he would have been playing fit. Yeah but एरिक्सन को कितना खिलाओगे यार? ही इज प्लेइंग एवरी गेम 90 मिनट्स. वो बंदा वो खुद ही बैठ जाएगा वो. Malacia is also making mistakes because he keeps on playing, but now Shaw is back, so I think Malacia might be rested for a few games.
या देखो यार, हाँ हम साथ साथ में एफपीएल की बातें भी कर रहे हैं. आई नो कल एफपीएल डेडलाइन स्ट्रीम तो होनी ही है, वो तो सबको पता ही, हम करते ही है, लेकिन अभी साथ साथ में इट्स अ प्रीव्यू, प्रेडिक्शन प्लस एफपीएल टॉक, तो दैट्स व्हाट द कॉम्बिनेशन इज. प्लस हम डिस्कस करेंगे क्या रहा मिड वीक में. तो भाई सब लोग, अगेन आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग एवरीवन ऑफ यू, यहाँ पर जैसे डेरियन बोल रहे हैं, प्लीज लाइक एंड शेयर द स्ट्रीम, सर्टेनली इट विल हेल्प सो दैट ज्यादा लोग आएंगे, ज्यादा मजा आएगा भाई. वी आर डिस्कसिंग ऑल आवर क्लब्स इन जनरल. Of course, it's a crazy month. तो बहुत सारा फुटबॉल और बहुत सारा कंटेंट ऑलरेडी आ चुका है. And same thing will get on United Road. So please go and subscribe to United Road. Yes, me being a Chelsea fan, मैं बोल रहा हूँ यार, it isn't the title tagged, तो please जाकर एक सेकंड लगेगा, कर दीजिए हमारे दोनों चैनल्स एंड United Road को, अगर नहीं किया अभी तक जो देख रहे. रोनाल्डो प्लीज कम बैक. अंश भाई, अगेन as someone who has seen sport generally, मैं बोलता हूँ, देखिए easy to say that बंदा खत्म हो गया and all that, but it's so difficult to accept कि एक goat is kind of finishing, that. So you want to prolong as long as possible, लेकिन at the highest level you don't want him to go on the low as well. So it's a combination of the two. अब देखते हैं, time will tell. देवेश यहाँ पर, okay, should I keep Saliba और on bench and midfield Rodrigo? Good choice. चलो, हम generally injuries तो हम cover ही कर रहे हैं, but again प्रॉपर एफपीएल स्ट्रीम कल होगी. देवेश क्विकली मैं बोलूंगा, सलीबा को हटाइए मत. यस यार, दे प्लेइंग लिवरपूल, दैट्स अ एफपीएल बनता है, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, सलीबा को मत हटाइए. द गाय हैज अ टेंडेंसी टू स्कोर गोल्स, एंड ये आई थिंक ही हैज गॉट मोर गोल्स देन मोस्ट ऑफ द टॉप फॉरवर्ड्स दिस सीजन ऑलरेडी. तो एक जो भी बंदा अगर कंसीड भी करता है ना एज अ डिफेंडर, इफ ही स्कोर्स गोल्स, द डिफेंडर स्कोरिंग गोल्स, कीप हिम इन एफपीएल, आई वुड से. जिसलिए ट्रेंट ओवर द इयर्स हैज बीन गेटिंग पॉइंट्स. नहीं,
And Rodrigo, even when you look at Rodrigo ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि he has just, he started well in the first 2 games. After that injury and all, he has just gone out, तो उस तरीके से he is also not playing.
Yeah. यार दालो का इंटरेस्टिंग है भाई. दियो डालो, मतलब आई नो ही वाज टेरिफिक लास्ट मंथ, बट व्हाट वुड यू रीड इन हिज परफॉर्मेंस अगेंस्ट सिटी? मतलब मेरे ख्याल से थोड़ा वो जहीर खान इन 2003 वर्ल्ड कप वाला सीन था भाई, बहुत ज्यादा ही एक्साइटेड था. फर्स्ट फ्यू मिनट्स में येलो कार्ड मिल गया था उसको. वुड यू
नहीं भैया, ये तो रेफरी चूतिया है ना.
हाँ,
अब रेफरी माइकल ओलिवर को बनाओगे यूनाइटेड के गेम में, तो क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हो? व्हाई ही इज गिवन द यूनाइटेड गेम्स, आई हैव नो आइडिया.
Yeah, but Dalo for FPL, I think there are better options for FPL from FPL
मतलब
perspective.
Everton के against you can definitely go with someone like Dalo. That's what I'm saying. और he is like 4.5, तो उसको as a bench option भी you can try.
अच्छा, meanwhile एवर्टन की बात करते हैं भाई, पीपल वॉचिंग, एंड सब लोग को याद होगा भाई, सब लोग थोड़ा सा हो जाए भाई थोड़ा ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज ओपी हो जाए. एवरीवन हैव बीन सेइंग कि भाई आई थिंक लैम्पार्ड को थोड़ा सा ज्यादा क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं लोग दैट व्हाट ही डिजर्व्स. आई नो अभी भी खाली 8 गेम्स ही हुए, ऐसा कुछ ज्यादा हुए नहीं है, बट technically he's the best defensive manager in the Premier League. Like, who would have imagined that? But I think clearly Anshumaan, the transfer window last few days has helped him. I think एक ओनाना आया उनके मिडफील्ड में, then they have obviously मोपे, तो एक कंपटीशन बढ़ गया है विद बेसिकली इवोबी बिकमिंग अ सेंट्रल मिडफील्डर. तो हम एक्चुअली एवर्टन से खेले थे, आपको याद होगा, फर्स्ट गेम हमारा गुडिसन पार्क पे था. आई बिलीव दे गेव अ ब्रिलियंट गेम. मतलब आर्ग्यूबली आप बोल सकते हो एवर्टन डिजर्व्ड अ पॉइंट और मोर देन दैट. ठीक है, तो आई थिंक एवर्टन विल नॉट बी एन इजी गेम, स्पेशली यू हैव प्लेड ऑन थर्सडे. आई नो दिस इज अ संडे नाइट गेम, जहां तक मुझे याद है, एवर्टन मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड. लेकिन मतलब अगेन टैक्टिकली दे आर क्वाइट सॉलिड, जो एवर्टन के बारे में नहीं बोलते जनरली. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक? मतलब द फैक्ट इज व्हेन यू आर हैविंग दैट काइंड ऑफ टैक्टिक, और उनका जो काउंटर पे रहेगा, डोंट यू थिंक दैट यू विल हैव डिफेंस व्हिच हैज बीन काइंड ऑफ गॉट बीटन लास्ट कपल ऑफ ओकेजंस? तो वरान बीइंग फिट इज एक्सट्रीमली क्रूशियल इस मैच के लिए.
Yeah, to be very honest, attacking wise, Everton I don't feel we have lot of threat. ठीक है, Mope on his day definitely can do a job, but overall I'm not taking their attack that seriously. Defensively now we have to go against the likes of Cody and the likes of Tarkowski. So it's totally on us whether we can just go out and get the goals. They might just end up scoring one, but we have the attacking prowess, you can say, where we can just go out and hit them for like 2 or 3, especially at Goodison. So
By the way, I have got it in my FPL team. I'm just saying. I don't know why I took him, but I took him. But anyway, big up to Michael. Michael is back. And yes, by the way, meanwhile, people quickly, before we get to Michael, let's get in the predictions. By sab log ho jaye. This is for Everton versus Manchester United, the second preview, second match preview that we have just done. So please get in with your predictions. I'll take first prediction for Michael itself. Michael, Everton, Manchester United, and welcome to the stream.
Thanks for having me on. I can't stay for too long today because I'm a bit busy, but Everton, Manchester United. United don't look good still. Defensively, they did look solid until the Manchester derby, and then, 2 hat-tricks by Foden and Haaland. But I think the key for United is they have to start Martial nowadays. I think he's the missing piece for their attack, especially. And let's see.
Yeah.
And Everton, I mean, look. Frank Lampard's doing a decent job nowadays. Defensively, I think they have one of the best records in the Premier League, so that's going to be definitely hard to break them down. The Brexit defensive line. That's what I'm going to call it, the Brexit defensive line.
Good one.
It's Tarkowski
and this one, bro,
Cody.
this one. Look at this comment. Like, as much as we all praised Newcastle and Eddie Howe for Joelinton, I'm just wondering, Iwobi has been like someone else, bro.
Iwobi's
How's
been
he
better
playing
than
there?
Fernandes this season. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just facts. I mean, Iwobi has actually been really good. I'm shocked at how well he has done as a number 8. To be honest, I could see this game finishing 0-0. I could just see Everton just grinding out a 0-0 result and just being happy with it. So I'll go 1-1. That would be my realistic guess. I'll go 1-1.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, as in after Thursday night game, even it's not easy for United, but United are conceding as well. Everton's defense, yes, it's been good, but again, I know that there might be some changes there. But yeah, Jack is saying basically Everton and Goodison's different gravy and atmosphere as well, especially being a Sunday night game, which is kind of strange for it being at Goodison. But anyway,
Sunday night.
yeah.
What time does it start?
UK time 7, I believe.
7 on a Sunday.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, it's late on Sunday. Exactly.
Well, at least the two cities are close to each other, so they don't screw over the fans that much.
Yeah. Anyway, a big up. But a quick prediction, everyone. In the chat, I've taken. Lekin, bhai, what about you, Anshuman? क्या लग रहा है? Everton, United.
I'm going with a 3-1 United.
चलो, I'll go.
मैं prediction
I am.
पे you know me. मैं अपने चैनल पे नहीं करता, but यहाँ आके मेरे को करना पड़ता है.
You know what? No worries. I'll put you on the spot. You know what? I am going with the. I don't know. Maybe it's the Ten Hag thing that I have. Like I know somewhere down the line, I used to follow a lot of Ten Hag. So for me, I feel that Ten Hag has that thing of getting this team to kind of play again, and Goodison will be difficult. So I think both teams will score. Unlike what Michael is saying, but I also go with a draw. It'll be a score draw, and I don't think it's a very bad result, to be very honest, at Goodison, if you actually get a draw. Yes, considering the table is not great, but it is what it is. I'll move on to the big game as well, and that is, of course, Arsenal-Liverpool for this weekend. Pretty sure most of you are looking for that. Michael, over to you, bro. As in Liverpool, happy changing the formation. Things are working. Do you think it's basically in anticipation of Bellingham next year, or what?
Ankit, you're a funny guy, Ankit. You're a funny guy. We're not getting Bellingham, by the way. We're not getting him. To be honest, even though we changed formation, I thought Rangers were absolutely pathetic. They were absolute garbage. The only time they started attacking was the last 5 minutes of the game. That's when they actually tried to attack. Everybody said Trent had a great defensive performance. He didn't have anything to do because Kent, who's usually the left winger for Rangers, didn't even get forward that much. He didn't even get into Liverpool's half most of the time during that whole game. Now, do I think we're going to play that same formation? I don't know. I want us to, but knowing Klopp, he's stubborn. He'll just go back to 4-3-3, play Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago in the middle. He'll probably play Bobby, and then it's just the same old, same old. And I think every Liverpool fans agree, we need to keep that same formation that we had. But I think we need different personnel this game. I think we need to start Jota and we need to start Bobby. I think those are the two players we need to start in this game. I can't see Darwin starting this game.
You see, you are starting Jota and Bobby.
Yes.
Okay, so who am I dropping?
I just think because Bobby, he helps control in the midfield and he's able to link up play, whereas Jota, he'll just be that goal scorer for us. And he loves scoring against Arsenal. I think he scored in every appearance against Arsenal in his career for Liverpool. Wow. So I would start Jota. Look, Darwin Núñez had 5 opportunities to score on Tuesday against Rangers, and he couldn't finish. I know. Like I've been saying that he needs opportunity. I think he's been really harshly done so far at Liverpool. Obviously, it's his own mistake as well. But when he gets the chances, he has to score. Good strikers, they only need 2 chances and they score a goal. He's had probably 10 or 15, I think, clear-cut chances, and he hasn't scored them. So I don't think he's going to start this game. I would start Fabinho and Thiago in the midfield, but knowing knowing Klopp, he's going to start Henderson. And then wouldn't I be surprised if I see James Milner come off the bench? No, I wouldn't, because it's Jurgen Klopp at the end of the day. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really looking forward to this match. I think Arsenal are at the moment on superb
flying,
form.
bro.
And
As in Fabio Vieira is looking classy, bro. I'm telling you. Like
I knew he would be a classy signing for them. He is a technically gifted player. He just needs to get used to physicality. But my God, what a player they signed there! And I think Arsenal they're on form. I think Arteta needs to get one over Klopp, because Klopp has gone him in every single occasion thus far in his career, other than when it was the COVID season twice. But by then we were drunk from winning the Premier League. So. I don't know. I'm really scared for the game.
I can't understand this, bro. Why does he get James Milner on in every game?
You tell me, Ankit. I don't know.
But it's no one can actually figure that out. No one. As in, I understand the fact that you had injuries, but you had, and now you don't. As in, you have what? Only Chamberlain out, probably Curtis Jones.
Favorites. It's favorites. I don't get it. I mean, what was it? Oh, Brighton. He comes off. He takes Tsimikas off and puts Milner at left back. Huh? Like, what are we doing here? Like, it doesn't. Like, that's why I've been harsh on Klopp this season, because he's made some really just bonehead decisions that I don't understand from his perspective. Like, why are you bringing in certain players? Why are you playing these certain tactics? So we just have to play a 4-2-3-1. That's the formation we have to play. But I don't see it happen. And I think Arsenal are in great form. So let's see what happens on Sunday.
Yeah. You know what? Quick. I'll take a kind of opinion from Anshumaan. Anshumaan, how to stop this Arsenal side? I'm saying that. I hate to say it, but that's how it's been, bro.
Arsenal will stop themselves. I have said that before.
Maybe,
I will say
hopefully.
it again. It's Arsenal who is going to stop themselves. I feel
But
Liverpool.
are they?
Well,
इस बार हर एक हफ्ते we are telling the same thing. Probably it's Arsenal. But I think, if I'm not wrong, people correct me. Apart from Manchester United game, I think they've turned up every game.
Yeah, they've won every game except the Man United one.
Correct. So, talk about their backups. Like, I think for me, the backups were probably the missing jinx in Arsenal as well, like a lot of other teams. And now we spoke about Fabio Vieira, of the likes. In fact, even I would go on to say that even Marquinhos, I believe, will become a very good player. I can see him also, kind of really, pulling the jersey well. But for me, I don't know, man. If I have to just kind of put it here, I think the midfield is probably the battle, and I think Michael kind of hit the nail on the head. When you are kind of coming from a game against Rangers where you've beaten them 2-0, but at the same time, you have missed your chances. So I would say that maybe that is why you might play that extra forward, but that might take off from something from the midfield. So I don't know, Anshuman, what is your prediction? And everyone in the chat, let me know your prediction as well. Arsenal, Liverpool.
I'm going with a 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Okay, so away.
Yeah.
And yes, that will be huge for the Premier League and huge for City. So that should have been the question. That will City end up being on top of the Premier League and probably will stay there until the end. But I don't know. Michael, what do you think? You can pull it off, right? No? At the Emirates?
I honestly, I cannot tell you what's going to happen on Sunday. I really don't, because Liverpool have had Arsenal's number for last 7 years, I think. I think Arsenal have only been Liverpool once in the last 7 years. So we have their number, but this is a different Arsenal team. I truly do believe it. I think they have really built a good squad, and Arteta has his guys. Now it's down to Arteta. Don't make dumb mistakes. They cannot play a high line against us. They can't play a suicidal high line like they did against Manchester United. Otherwise, we will expose them as well. So that's where Arteta needs to get his tactics spot on in this game. And I think if Liverpool can nullify Partey, I think we can win this matchup. Because Partey is definitely the missing piece for this Arsenal team. You know what? I honestly think Arsenal are going to win this game. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
Even though they played a game on Thursday, bro. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, but they rested a lot of their guys. They started Nketiah. They started Marquinhos. They rested a lot of their first teamers. So I don't think that really affected them too much. Honestly, I don't have confidence in Liverpool. I really don't.
No, I can relate there. Definitely, actually, both the panelists here can relate there because the way that our seasons have been such. Especially, yes, we'll come to Man City as well. But I'll stick to Michael here because yes, by the way, my prediction quickly. I believe that yes, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's Arsenal's game. As much as I would say that yes, Liverpool can do it on the night. They have the ability, but the way things have gone, I've been saying it. I think it's Arsenal's win. Considering they lost to Manchester United, they'll be a little bit more careful this time, and they'll. I'm calling it a close one, but a high scoring one at that. 3-2, 3-2 Arsenal. Uh, and there's a big game. Yes, we'll come back to the Premier League and we'll come to other leagues as well. By quickly, we'll have to take Michael's opinion there because I know that he follows them closely as well. Dortmund, Bayern, bro. Dortmund, have they woken up yet or no?
I. Who was hosting this game? Is it at Bayern or Dortmund Stadium?
Dortmund.
Again?
It's it's a Dortmund.
I mean, look, Dortmund. This team is so topsy turvy. You don't know what Dortmund's gonna perform. They could be like the one on Tuesday where they absolutely obliterated. No, sorry, Wednesday where they obliterated Sevilla. I mean, finally, Thursday decided to start Moukoko, and it paid off brilliantly. Because like Modeste, I mean, it was a panic buy because obviously what happened to Haller. But I think they have to start Moukoko. But defensively, you can't trust this team. They'll give up 3 to Köln. They'll give up 5 to Werder Bremen. They'll give up 4. And now you got Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich are playing well at the moment. They're going to play their first teamers in this game. And then I could see them resting a couple of guys for Victoria Pleasant. So, I mean, look, it is their Klassiker, but it should just be called their Bayern because this is just Bayern's game all the time until
Their
Dortmund
Bayern.
can prove me
Oh my God, that was a
because
good one.
because Dortmund just don't fill me with any confidence. They've made some good signings, but still, I don't rate Terzic as the manager. I think he's naive. I don't think he knows what style he wants to play. And they're going to need a brilliant game from Bellingham. And he's been on good form in the last couple of weeks, Jude Bellingham. I don't know if it's it's an audition to the rest of Europe that, hey, come sign me next summer. But I think it's all Bayern in this game. But it's going to be high scoring, as it always is in their Klassiker.
Yeah. By the way, Bellingham is only the second, I think, youngster in Europe to kind of, get 3 back-to-back goals in the Champions League, bro, in the first 3 match days.
He's
And
on
he was
really good
interviewed.
form.
I don't know if you saw that video. He was like, only Haaland is in front of him there. So I guess, he cannot get better of that geezer, it seems, is what he said. But that'll be interesting. Quickly, I'll take Anshuman's view as well. Yes, Bayern did, because they were playing Victoria Pleasant. Literally, they played with the second side in the second half, right? As in that certainly would
Yeah.
help. But even you can argue that Dortmund also, as in they were playing a Sevilla side who were probably finished, is what you can say
They're
under
done.
Lopetegui. So I don't know, man. It's a Dortmund. So do you see this season Bayern in Bundesliga is different versus Bayern in other competitions? So any chance of an upset? No.
I think it's going to be a draw. I don't think Dortmund has enough at this point of time to beat them, but I just think that they might just sneak in a draw because at this point of time, even they are not doing great. If you look at Bayern, they are not hitting that fifth gear just yet. So early in the season, so I'm going for a draw, to be very honest.
Yeah. Matlab, again, I know that Musiala is next level, bro. As in Musiala is like, absolutely brilliant, man. What superb. As in he's that player who kind of is everywhere. And it'll be an interesting watch. I know there are different positions, Michael, but just generally in Europe, if you have to call, right, versus Bellingham versus Musiala in terms of form. I know different positions and different roles. But what is your pick? As in, who's the golden boy in Europe right now? As in, from the last, say, few months.
Well, I have to remind this that Jamal Musiala was at Chelsea. I'll just
How can I
remind
forget?
you. I'll just remind you of that. I think they paid only
We are
like
used to it
200
by now.
I think it was like only 200,000 Bayern paid Chelsea for him.
Yeah.
Chelsea again. But look, Jude Bellingham, I mean, the guy is going to be a very good player, but I just see something in Jamal Musiala that this guy is just something special. The close control he has and the link-up play, my God, what a player he is. So I think the future is going to be Jamal Musiala versus Pedri, who's going to be the better midfielder. And then Jude Bellingham will kind of be in that discussion in a way, but I don't think he will reach to the level of Jamal Musiala and Pedri.
I actually would go with that as well, of course. Bayern showing Bundesliga is not the Farmers League, but in the latter half of the season, they will go on a winning streak to win the title. Yeah, that's Bayern for you. That's Bayern exactly. You called it exactly, Football Creeks. Dortmund 0, Bayern 3. Well, adding salt to the wound. You know what? But again, nothing against Bayern here. I hope and pray that it's a draw, only for the Bundesliga to become more interesting. Because the longer it goes, as in for me as a neutral, it's fun, and that's the only thing. But again, honestly, if I have to say, I have to call it like again against was it Bayer Leverkusen last time
last
they
weekend,
played?
4-0 they
Man,
won.
it was not even a contest. It was not even a contest. I thought at
I
least
mean,
Leverkusen.
actually, to be fair, Leverkusen had a couple opportunities, but they've been so terrible to the point now where Xabi Alonso's their manager. That's going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, by the way, people joining late, we have actually finished, I think 3 Premier League match previews as well as predictions. You can put in Luman, absolutely, no worries on that. Musiala more in form, fair enough. KDB was also at Chelsea. My Utkarsh, we'll create
And
11
Salah.
of players. Salah, who else, man? As in, come on, as in, let's not have that. But anyway, it's part and the parcel. When you're a Chelsea fan, you have to accept it. We'll probably
Yeah.
buy them back sometime towards
Exactly.
the end of the career.
You buy them back for like 60, 70 million as usual.
Like we kind of got I remember that was a crazy deal. I remember it was on loan though. I know it was not an ex-Chelsea man, but I remember 2010, if you all remember, 2012, sorry, after winning the Champions League, we lost to Atletico Madrid in the Super Cup, and Falcao like literally ripped us apart. He ripped us apart.
Yeah. Oh,
And
he scored a
then
hat-trick in that
Falcao
game.
had a shit season in Manchester United, but still we went on loan for him and gave him the number 9. That is Chelsea for you. Sometimes, man, I know I'm trolling my own club, but that's the reality of a scouting, bro. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Can't help it. Tomori as well, absolutely. Abraham, the list is huge. But and I have to talk about Serie A as well. By the way, yes, so we have got to 4 match predictions. Definitely for me, it's a Bayern win. I cannot deny that. I hope it's a draw though. Anshuman, it is one huge game. Again, I'm taking a neutral's opinion here because for me, I know that I might be biased here. But Milan playing Juventus. Okay, so Milan, basically after the loss to Chelsea, a huge kind of shot in the arm for them will be, I think, Theo Hernandez is back for this game. And that is huge. But Juventus, for me, I know Michael and I have been discussing for weeks now that Allegri ball is probably dinosaur ball. But in the last 2 weeks, I think Juventus are looking better as a side. I genuinely have to say that. And in fact, in the Champions League game, I know it was an easy game, but they're still playing with 2 wingers, with Kostic kind of fitting better, Milik being in form as well. So what do you think? AC Milan, Juventus, what are you calling there?
I'm going with AC Milan.
Okay,
Juventus,
nice, thanks.
yeah, Juventus. I don't think they are just there yet. And even if the team that played against Chelsea, if they can just perform to their, if you are Rafael Leao as well as Giroud, they're at their best. I think they have more than enough to trouble the defense of Juventus at this point of time. They just have to worry about Vlahovic, to be very honest, because he's one guy who can definitely change the game. I think now Di Maria is back as well. So these are the 2 guys they have to take care of. Otherwise, I think AC Milan has just got enough in order to get the game.
AC Milan for you. Okay, fair enough. Again, remember AC Milan have a huge game in midweek. All of a sudden, we were all saying that we're all singing praises. And by the way, as in I saw your tweet as well. I agreed with you, Michael, 100%. Talksport is absolutely rubbish. One result, and they're calling off the Italian Serie A like crazy, like they didn't watch other games. But anyway, that's a different matter. But AC Milan, for me, I have a feeling that Milan versus Chelsea game, which is going to happen in midweek, all of a sudden Milan are in Europa League spot now in the group. And I feel that, yes, Theo Hernandez is back, but I think he might be forced to rotate a little bit because of, already having a lot of injuries. And what's your call on that? And I'll come to Darren's comment before I go to Michael. Yeah, Michael, please.
That was one of the worst performances I've seen from Milan the last couple of years. On
midfield
Wednesday.
Was missing, bro. Where was midfield?
Not even the midfield. I mean, defensively, like Tomori was absolutely terrible. Him and Kalulu, who are usually good, were awful. Oh my! I couldn't believe how bad Tomori was. I hope Southgate wasn't in the stands because maybe that's why he's like, you know what? Don't pick me. I don't want to go to the World Cup anyways. And I think the biggest miss. You talk about Theo Hernandez, of course. I think Theo Hernandez and when Rafael Leao, they're on that left side and they're able to create with each other. That's when Milan are the most dangerous. I think it's still Maignan. I think Maignan is the biggest miss. When he's gone, and you play Tato Rosanu, I'll repeat that. Tato Rosanu, who's a garbage keeper. Why? Like, you're not going to do anything. He did well last
he was okay,
season.
bro. Against Chelsea, he was okay.
I don't know. He's not He should have dealt with that corner in the first goal. I mean, that first goal by Chelsea is probably one of the worst set piece defending I've seen in a long time. And I watch a lot of football people. That was amateur stuff from Milan. So I expect to bounce back, but it's just going to be interesting to see how Pioli will switch his team up. He cannot play Krunic again at right wing. Krunic, right wing? What? He was. I mean, obviously they don't have
what was
anybody
his option?
else.
Maybe Rebic could have fitted in there.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't understand why Rebic doesn't get more game time. I think he's a quality player. I really do. Maybe
he gives us 100% every time I've seen him.
Exactly. Yes, and he's a goal scorer. But Krunic, the guy, I don't like him at all. I don't like Salamakers either. I think those two guys are highly
Did you
overrated.
see the miss? Did you see the miss of Krunic?
I can't believe he missed it. And look, and Benacer, he didn't have his greatest game either. The amount of times he gave up the ball in the first half, I was like, what? This is not Ismail Benacer that I know. And for Juventus, you say they're playing better, Ankit. Okay, let's talk about this,
games.
Right? They played Bologna, who are Bologna. All they have is Arnautovic, and that's it. I think they might get relegated this season. Bologna have been terrible, and then Maccabi Haifa. If you actually watch the highlights of the game, Maccabi Haifa actually had chances. It's just Juventus were more clinical than Maccabi Haifa. That was the only difference in the matchup. So I still haven't been impressed at all by Juve. I'm still not impressed by them. What's going to happen on Saturday? I could just see Allegri ball. Sit back and defend. Sit back and defend. We'll hit you in the counterattack with Kostic, Milik, and Vlahovic. And Milik has been a brilliant signing. So
you see both of them playing? Probably in this game they might go
I see them both starting in this game. I could see them both starting in the game. I could see Allegri going to a 5 in the back formation, just trying to keep it solid at the back. Bonucci against his former club when he was only a season at Milan. And obviously, Federico Chiesa, he's just coming back from training. He won't be back till January, I think.
Yeah, he won't be back in January.
He won't be back till January. So I could see this game being very low scoring. I could see this being a nervy affair.
You think so? I felt that Milan against Napoli was not, as in so great for them. So I'm hoping that they score a goal, especially after midweek performance. So I am calling a 1-1 draw as well. But Anshumaan, I know you have to go by. Again, great to have Anshumaan. By the way, shout out again to United Road. Michael talks football as well, people. Of course, Michael is hopefully here for a couple more minutes. But Anshumaan, thanks for being here always. But again, we will have you back. All the best for your game.
Before you have me back, I will have you on my channel. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Manchester United need to take all the points they can because I think in about 2.5 weeks we are playing you. So we'll probably hopefully take points from you. So get all the points that you can right now is what I would say. Yeah, despite it being against Lampard's Everton. No worries on that.
All right, thank you.
Take care. And we'll see you soon. Guys, again, United Road and of course, Michael Talks Football. Both are tagged below. So if you can, give them a subscribe as well, it will be absolutely brilliant. Great content in both the channels. Where is UA's best player? Chiesa Utkarsh already, Michael has said he's not back until the end of the year at least. And yes, of course, do like the stream. Certainly helps. More people, more the fun. Di Maria aging like fine wine. Again, the fact is, can he play in that 3-5-2 role on the wing?
He can't play over the weekend. Yeah. Red card.
Oh, yeah, he can't play. Exactly. That's one more thing. Great for Michael as well. By the way, let me take a couple of comments. Bayern only fears one Borussia, and that is Gladbach, not Dortmund. Actually, that's actually a thing. Gladbach have actually had a good one.
That might be the weirdest thing in football, how Borussia Mönchengladbach have Bayern's number. I don't understand it. I really don't.
Bro, we had always, remember Bournemouth Chelsea?
They always had your number. Yeah.
Yeah. And then under Sarri, man, I know it's Jose Mourinho 2016 season, but under Sarri, I thought that you were easily the better team and form, but Bournemouth, walked over the park. Even Sunderland used to always get that. I remember their defender center halves used to come bombing on and score goals.
I remember when Borini scored a last minute winner against you guys, if I'm not mistaken.
That was painful, bro. That was that one was.
I think you guys were going for the title that season, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 13-14.
Yeah, it was basically with Liverpool and City, right? All the three, we were the little horse in Jose Mourinho's words in that season. But anyway, great stuff. Next week, expectation Liverpool City. We'll come to that football creeks next week. This week is so much to discuss. Let's quickly take other predictions, Michael. I know we'll come back to the Premier League. By the way, La Liga, is there any good matches this weekend? I
don't think there is really.
Let me just figure it out. I think if I'm not wrong, Barca, but it's a huge week for them, bro. Huge week. Barca playing Celta Vigo. Okay, I know Real Madrid is away to Getafe, but Barca playing Celta Vigo. Now Barca, apparently they have Christensen out as well. Our ex-man is out as well. But Barca fans in the house, anyone, do let me know what is Barca going to start in defense. It's very interesting. They have now literally everyone out. Only option is Garcia and PK, and Garcia and PK have been playing back-to-back games. Knowing them, I don't remember the last time they played 3 back-to-back games together. I don't remember that. So for me, I think Barca, it might be a banana skin considering it is an extremely important, huge game in the Camp Nou. I know it's against Inter Milan away, as in Inter Milan
Yeah.
is traveling, but you have to say, considering the group is huge. So Barca fans, let me know. Kunde, I believe I saw a picture that he was training, but again, I don't think he's fit enough because he wasn't on the bench in midweek. That's what I remember.
I think he'll be back though for Inter next
Yeah,
week.
I think
next week. Excuse me.
next week they have the El Clasico as well. Remember, correct?
Next
So-
week is gonna make or break Barca's season, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can say that. Frankie for centre back. Now again, Frankie is also not 100% fit, match fit, is what I say. Coming and slotting into centre back, especially in the back two, I don't see. Unless they go back three, which I doubt.
Yeah, but he was doing that. He was doing that in preseason already. You saw Frankie playing at center back.
Yeah, but preseason, bro, it's different, bro.
Yeah,
Again, I know centre
I
back.
mean, maybe they were just doing that to get him out of the club or something.
Yeah,
Make him really
that part
pissed.
it was pretty clear.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But yeah, even Newcastle, they're in absolutely, especially Jose's days, I remember. But as in, for you, having seen the midweek game, for me, they didn't use Alonso well, bro. I know Alonso is the liability, but if you have to use Alonso, you've got to use him as a wing back. And he's one of the better wing backs. I know that in between the game, they go 3 the back at times, but he was almost playing like an inverted wing back with Rafinha on the wing, which is not Alonso. Alonso needs to just be on the wing and just, use his height and then just put a cross. And that's what Alonso is all about, right?
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, I thought Barca were terrible in that game. I think they were just way too slow in possession. For the whole match, it just seemed like Barca's idea was, let's just give it to Dembele and let him create. But the problem is Dembele's decision making that game was just, I mean, schoolboy. Every time he could find a little pass into Lewandowski, he didn't. Every time he over dribbled it. Every time he could have shot, he didn't shoot. Dembele was, I think, the worst player on the pitch for Barca because he was the only outlet for them. I thought Lewandowski was pocketed by Skriniar, De Vrij, and Bastoni. And you have to look at Rafinha. He's not a left winger. So why is Xavi playing him out wide there?
I think Xavi got it wrong, bro.
He got it
let's
completely
be
wrong,
honest.
Xavi. I don't know understand how he was able to break down that low block. It's different when you're playing against Cadiz and Rayo Vallecano and Elche and these sort of teams where you have the quality to break them down. But when you're playing a Serie A team, yes, it's a little bit of a new Serie A, but when they're still very good defensively, it's going to be hard to break down. So you need to tactically understand, okay, let's link up the play with Lewandowski and Pedri, find the triangles there. They couldn't figure it out. Now, let's see what happens next week, because if they lose, it's and that is a disaster for this Barca team. If they go down to the Europa League, I'm sorry. Everybody should be clowning them because that cannot
Well,
happen.
I still don't think so. I'm still predicting. I know it's early now. We'll again come next week and predict based on exact.
I still predict Barca to win next week.
Exactly,
I mean, if
they
they
should,
don't,
man.
they don't, then oof,
Yeah, of course.
they're done.
Right. Okay, so here the range is confirming what we've already covered in the beginning of the stream. As in, again, it's something about Red Bull group and Todd Burley.
Again
I
with
don't know,
this.
you guys. You know what? But let's see. Time will tell how is this going to do. Again, I know we'll come to Barca game. One quick question I'll take. Would you move Trent from right back to number 6 like Kimmich? Really?
100% I would.
You would. But don't you
Yes.
think Trent needs space in front of him? That's the kind of guy that he is. Putting those balls.
I guess, yes, he does, which is true, because then he's able, from his own half, to find a beautiful 60-yard diagonal pass as well. But I think you can do that from right center mid if you have keep it in possession, and you're able then to allow Thiago maybe to burst forward a little bit more. But I honestly, I'm getting sick and tired of his defending. People, like I said on Tuesday, okay, Rangers, they didn't attack him. But every attack, watch on Sunday, they will give the ball to Martinelli probably 80 times and just say, hey, take on Trent. It's going to be the same as last season because Martinelli absolutely ripped apart Trent in the first half and then Trent did better. So, I don't know.
He has
I would move him.
He has Martinelli has the highest number of chances created in Europe or something like that. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Exactly. Yeah,
You're talking about
he's a
Gabriel
phenomenal
Martinelli
player. Jurgen Klopp always talks about Martinelli. I'm like, Jurgen, just please try and sign him somehow. Get Martinelli to Liverpool.
Thanks, Michael, for Mane. Utkarsh is the Bayern fan, of course. But yeah, Rishi answer to this is 100% no. I don't think so. Come on. As in, that's not going to happen because Xavi for them is a long-term project. I think knowing Barca, they wouldn't do it. That's my personal opinion. But I am with Michael. I still believe that they should beat Inter. But having said that, what I would add to what Michael said is clearly Xavi got two, three things wrong. And I did cover in the video as well. But just for people who are here again, I think it was clear. Like Michael said, Lewandowski was crowded by three centre halves, so they needed one person in behind him or along with him because they were putting those crosses. I don't think that was enough. So why not get Ferran Torres at all? You didn't even use him. Secondly, I think about Michael is again right. If you have Dembele putting in all those crosses, you needed someone to kind of at least overlap him, have that extra option. I don't think that was there. Why keep Sergio Roberto entire night on the pitch? I don't know. What does Sergio Roberto really offer? I have no idea. He played
Nothing.
98 minutes, all of that. And that's a shocker for me. And so for me, those are like clear problems. Again, he could use the width of Alonso a little bit more. And again, maybe the fact that Frankie wasn't there in between the lines, passing wasn't happening. I understand to some extent. But again, it's not like Kessie cannot do that for fun. I know now he's injured, by the way. Yes, Kessie is also out. And that's bad news
Oh,
again.
Kessie's now out, injured too.
So it's like, that's not great news.
Actually, Ankit, do you know? Actually, Ankit, I think they put, if I'm not mistaken, I think Barcelona put 40 crosses in. 40 crosses? What is it, Stoke Alona? I mean, like they just turned into Prime Stoke just putting in all the crosses. That is not Barca. Come on. Barca is tiki-taka, played in behind, and create a beautiful goal. It's not Brexit football. That's not Barcelona's DNA. So they got a lot of work to do. Obviously, they should be beating Celta Vigo on Sunday, even though Celta Vigo have given them trouble in the last couple of years, but that's usually at Celta Vigo. So I think this is at the Spotify Camp Nou, so they should be winning the game.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the Spotify camp now, but
I always
that's
have
what it
to.
is. I'm not used to it, bro. But interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong, Barca fans. Wasn't it the Celta Vigo game last season where the referee was called into question and Ter Stegen had one of those surprisingly blinders where he wasn't in form? I somehow remember that probably it was Celta Vigo game. I might be wrong, but you might have to correct me there. But I just, I do have a faint memory of that yes, definitely they got the referee, as in going bonkers, and Ter Stegen actually kept them in the game. And I think probably they got a last minute winner or something like that. It was one of those crazy games. But yeah, Michael is there as well. But again, people, Barca, Celta Vigo, let me know your predictions in the chat. I genuinely believe that Barca should come back to the win, at least in the Spotify Camp Nou, and they'll probably get back-to-back wins. But is it enough for them? Again, time will tell, because I think it depends on how soon, say, a Koundé can come back. As much as, I've said that Koundé is still a little bit work in progress, but he's far better than the options that they have. Again, someone who can play centre back, someone play right back. In fact, he's done much better in right back than centre back, arguably. So you can actually say that he's a big miss. Again, Bellerin, the backup is also missing. So I can understand, why they're not doing well. Celta 2, Barca 1. Oh my God. I am not surprised coming that from Budit. But Barca was 3-0 at halftime, bottled it 3-3. Okay, yeah, that was the game. Okay, thanks. I know it was a crazy game, bro. I remember that.
Yeah.
2-1 Celta. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Xavi doesn't have the experience to manage in the Champions League. Yeah, they've got a very bad record in the Champions League in the last year and a half. That's a fact. But again, let's see what happens. I think simply put, if the team presses Barca, if they're playing say 5 at the back, it is difficult for Barca to close down, and that's why they need someone in between the lines. That's
exactly. Xavi just doesn't know how to break down a low block when it's actually good defenders. That's the thing. So when
Frankfurt game, you remember, right?
Yeah, exactly. Frankfurt, they had good defenders, they had great players on the counterattack, and that's how they exposed Xavi. So, I mean, this is a big week for Xavi, man. This is a make or break sort of week in his career, because obviously, look, it's a long season ahead in La Liga, but getting that mental victory over Real is a big thing. So let's see what happens.
Especially El Clasico next weekend. But Michael, I know, like, if it's getting late, let me know, bro. As in,
I got like 10 more minutes.
So, Real Madrid, you just spoke about them. Yes, of course. Carlo Ancelotti changing the tactics. Like, how many times have we spoken about that? That doesn't happen very often, but he's actually done that. Is it Rodrigo kind of forcing Carlo Ancelotti, bro? That come on, I'm on form, one of the players in the league. Just play me, and that's what has forced him, right?
Yeah, Rodrigo's playing amazing this season. Honestly, I thought he's a decent player. Came up very clutch for them last year. Let's keep it honest. Like off the bench, he was absolutely class in the Champions League. But this season, I mean, he has taken it to a different level when he's in close control against a defender. He has an amazing ability, which I did not see a lot in his career. But now, I mean, Carlo, you can't bench him. You just simply can't. And he's almost kind of playing like at a false nine in a role. It almost seems like at times.
He's the most forward at times.
Yeah, he is the most forward. So it's very interesting what Carlo is doing with this team. And you see Carlo, this guy just adapts. He adapts. And you look at Simeone, same old boring crap. That's the difference with Carlo and Simeone. And that's why you got to rate Carlo Ancelotti. And he's got to win this La Liga, in my opinion, because he's never in his career, Ankit, and he's had a very long career, never defended his title.
Wow, that's one record in itself. By the way, yes, I also read a stat where I think him and Alex Ferguson now, are sitting at the highest number of UCL wins. So probably he's going to overtake Alex Ferguson as well. Looks like it. So that's something great. Again,
unfortunately, that will be broken by Pep one day. So
see that's like you said, like Haaland is from Pluto. I think Pep himself is from Pluto. He's probably the
I think
king
they're both
of
from Pluto, man. They're not from this universe. I swear they're not.
That's a different level. See, that's why I know that there are people, City fans, and see, that's the reason. I want to talk about City, but the moment I talk about City, I get depressed, bro. It's like so much. I don't know what to kind of criticize them on, what to kind of discuss, because there's literally like robots.
I mean, defensively, you can criticize them because they haven't looked good defensively, but I mean, everywhere else, I mean, you don't really need to say anything. They're just doing their talking on the pitch.
Yeah. That's true. Let me see. As in, again, I even in terms of injuries and etc. I know Walker, by the way, he's a huge miss. By the way, yes. Meanwhile, people, do let me know all your predictions in the chat. I know the Real Madrid fans in the house as well. Again, we're not discussing detail because let's be obvious, Real Madrid with Benzema being back. I know not 100% yet, but with Rodrigo, they're going to win. But what's going to be the scoreline? Getafe away is the game, and especially having a midweek game. Tough one, but I still believe that they should get it right. But talking about Man City now, Kyle Walker being out, what do you make about Sergio Gomez? As in Gomez, for me, he looked the part to kind of be there and Cancelo playing right back. But does it take away the fact about Cancelo playing like that left winger that he usually plays?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Cancelo does play right back for Portugal, but he doesn't get anywhere as forward as he does with Man City.
Exactly.
So yeah, he'll have to adapt a little bit. But Cancelo is just a brilliant footballer. I don't think he's the greatest defensively, but going forward, I mean, the guy is just special. I mean, he's basically a winger just playing a right back. It's unbelievable. And this Gomez guy, I saw him play a couple times for Anderlecht. I was really impressed with him, and I think he fits into what Pep wants to do. Very good on the ball, can go forward, can defend. So Man City making brilliant signings yet again. We can people can criticize Man City. Oh, look at the amount of money they spend. Look at this sort of stuff. But they make smart signings. And now this season, especially, they have made a lot of young signings in key positions, I believe. CDM, even though Calvin Phillips, I mean, the guy can't stay fit. It was evident last season. He couldn't stay fit, and he can't stay fit still. And now I think Akanji was a brilliant signing. The guy has talent, but he's injury prone. But we all knew he has talent. He just had to show it on a consistent basis. And let's see. It's Southampton, though, and Southampton did, I think, get 2 draws last season. If I'm not, yes, they got 2 draws.
Southampton, they were one of the teams. Yeah, they were one of the teams for sure.
So, look, Southampton, I think if they lose this game, Ralf Hasenhüttl will be sacked. I've never rated this manager. I think he's highly overrated. Everybody says he does a good job with Southampton. I don't care.
But in certain games, you can see the tactician in him, right? As in, he is there.
You can, but he overthinks it when he should just keep a solid tactics all the time with this team. Sometimes he plays 5 in the back. Sometimes he plays 4-4-2. Sometimes he plays 4-3-3. Sometimes you just got to keep it consistent and let the players mold into that formation. Whereas, okay, because now, especially with the busy season, every 3 days is a game. So let's see. Southampton got to start picking up form. And yes, Lavia playing against his former team, and he's a baller. Didn't Chelsea try and sign him on the final team?
That is a crazy. That is like madness. That's like that. That's the proof of Todd Bowling and team not knowing the stuff. That's
I swear,
basically if you know what is allowed
Todd
and what
Bowley
is
was
not
playing
allowed.
my career mode. He was playing my career mode, and he thought he could do that.
Like I was playing FIFA yesterday, and for people watching Almighty Sport Plus, I think it was a day for yesterday when we did the last stream. I remember like I just bought a Zakaria, and then like next second there was an offer for Zakaria. I'm like, are you serious, bro? And that's
I
exactly
swear,
what Chelsea did.
he must have been playing FIFA, and that happened. He's like, "Oh, can you actually do this? Let me try it."
Oh man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Okay, have you watched Liam Delap? This guy is highly rated. This younger guy's younger version of Harry Kane. Okay, so
He's
I've not
very
seen
good.
watched him
He's the
much, but
backup
yeah,
striker for Man City. He's a very good
correct.
player. I think
Yeah,
I
I've heard
think
about
he
him.
I think Stoke City tried to sign him on loan this season, I believe, and City rejected it. He looks like a baller, to be fair. And City's academy is one of the best in England at the moment.
Yeah, one of the best for sure. But Southampton, like one guy probably, I don't know, hopes with Bella Kochap, as in that guy has been like, he's good, man. He is really
Yeah.
good. I think he got a national call up as well, right? In the international
Yeah, he
break.
got called up, yep.
Yeah, so I think it'll be interesting how he kind of goes against Haaland. But tell me one thing: when is Haaland going to be rested? Come on, there's surely going to be games where he'll be like completely.
He rested on Wednesday. He got benched
Oh yeah, you can
because
say
he only
that.
scored 2 goals in one half. That's why he got benched. He didn't score a hat trick. So
Yeah, spoiled by fantasy score because he was my captain. But anyway, he just got what 18 points
I
instead
mean, the
of
guy is
36.
he's honestly insane. You know, he's not the most, Ankit, you've watched football for a long time. He's not the most elegant footballer. He doesn't really have skills. Have you even seen him trying to do a step over?
You know, the only time I saw him doing few step overs was during the lockdown, where him and Sancho, if you remember, toward
Oh,
in
yeah,
that year,
yeah,
because Hakimi was there. So Hakimi used to kind of bomb on, and he used to take that one wing, and him and Sancho
yeah.
kind of used to exchange roles at times. But I think that was the only time. Probably in his career that I've seen him do that. He can do that, but you're right. As in, the best to get off the guy is actually just get in the box, get in the pass that KDB can obviously do with a lot of others as well. I think that's
Yeah.
probably the best, and he's that lethal guy, and that's what you want as a striker, right?
Exactly. And I think, like I said, he doesn't have the greatest touch, maybe not the greatest link up play, but Haaland might be the greatest ever player off ball movement. If you watch him, if there's just a camera on Haaland and you just see all the movement he does inside the box, the runs he makes, he's such a sophisticated player, and he's a serial winner. He just reminds me of Zlatan. The mentality wise, I'm not talking about skills because Zlatan, I mean, he absolutely destroys him in skills and ball control because Zlatan was absolutely elite he could dribble, go past everybody. But Haaland, man, this guy, he's absolutely insane. Do you see the finish he does? Not a lot of strikers, studs like that. He's done it like 5 times this season, and he's done it with Norway, he's done it with Molde, he's done it with RB Salzburg, done it with Dortmund. So, how many goals do you think he's going to get, Ankit, in the Premier League?
I think it's in 40s. I'll go with 40s. I think he'll be rested towards the second half of the season, is what I'm guessing, because of his injury record. But the fact is, I think the idea is he's not going to World Cup, right? So Pep is like, let's use him and get a lead, and then probably rest him. That's what I think that's the reason I'm going 40s. I would have said like closer to 50, man. And I really mean it, people. Unfortunately, that's the truth.
He's so insane. He's absolutely insane.
Yeah, definitely Salah's record is gone.
Oh yeah, it's gone. I knew it was eventually going to go because I thought, you know what, Haaland, it might take a season to adapt with Pep, but yep, that didn't happen.
Yeah. So everyone, Nitesh, Mike, we have a Man City fan in the house. Yes, absolutely he is. But Nitesh, let me know your predictions. Yes, of course, there's a midweek game again, but I don't think it matters for Man City anymore. So, bhai, sab log ho jaye. Man City against Southampton. Let me know what's going to happen. Michael thinks that if Southampton lose, as in, Hasenhuttl is probably going to go. I still feel that his expectations, or rather their expectations for Hasenhuttl is not the same as what probably what many others think. I feel that they are a club which is always going to be changing, and I just feel that they might be able to pull it off. As in that's my feeling. But again, let's see what happens.
I'll quickly just say my conspiracy theory. Hasenhuttl gets sacked, and who comes back? Pochettino. I'll leave it there.
Wow, Pochettino. Actually, he did pretty well. Probably his best time was at Southampton, right? In fact,
he got them to 7th place, I believe.
What about? By the way, Koeman is going to Netherlands. I know Koeman had a fantastic record. I remember at Southampton. Was it?
I don't rate that manager, but yeah.
Okay, here there's a quick question from Utkarsh. I don't know, man. Take it over, Michael.
Michael, would you be up for Klopp getting sacked if Paul goes trophyless and out of top 4 and bring in Tuchel? To be honest, I'm not bringing in Tuchel. I'm sorry.
Thank God you said
I,
that.
I've seen
Crazy
no
to
because Ankit, this guy, he was so good at Dortmund, the attacking philosophy, but then I just think he turned into a manager where it's all about results and it's not about a philosophy. It's just get the results, get the results, get the results. So if look, I think if Klopp doesn't get top four on trophy list, I think there's going to be serious pressure on him. But I just don't see FSG sacking him because they have built such a good relationship. I would say that Klopp would actually walk out. He would resign. I think he's a good morale person and he would do that for the club. And my number one choice would be Hansi Flick. But I don't think he would come either because Germany's hosting the next
but then
Euro,
it's
so that's
too
going to be
early, man.
difficult. Yeah.
Again,
So honestly,
Germany and the
I don't know who
manager.
else I would go for.
Yeah, interesting. Again, I don't see it happening. If you ask my opinion there, if you guys,
Okay,
by
but
the way, yes,
Ankit,
people.
what if we do finish outside the top four in trophy list?
See, you might feel that I'm disrespecting you and Liverpool, Michael, but the reality of it is the Premier League is so much of competition right now. Yes, I know it's crazy,
Of course,
but
but
Liverpool
Ankit,
thinks differently,
we've been,
right?
yeah, I mean, of course, but we've been top four and challenging for the title for the last 4 seasons.
So
And
that has to be taken into account.
That's my expectations with this team because this team should be at the top. I'm not saying
Yeah,
winning the Premier League because
can you forget? Can you forget the fact that he was so close yet so far, kind of thing,
oh,
with Klopp?
of course, of course, I totally agree. But let's see. Obviously, this is so early to call. We don't know what's going to happen in this season. But if I don't see improvements from this team, and if it's just the same old, and the players are not reacting, then it's either you get rid of all the players, which is financially not what they're going to do, or you get rid of the manager, which is the cheaper option. So let's see. I'm not just like people then going to say, oh, you don't trust Klopp, you're not loyal to him, guys. I will forever be grateful for Jurgen Klopp because he actually brought a Premier League trophy to me.
I envy you, bro. I'm telling you, Klopp for me, as in I picked a non-Chelsea kind of 11 and the manager. So for me, Louis Van Gaal and Klopp are someone that I actually wanted at Chelsea. I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
I love these managers.
I would have loved Louis van Gaal, but I know he would never come to Liverpool, and obviously not now.
But again,
during his
both are
career.
sore losers as well. I must say.
Oh, they are.
This time.
Oh, they are big sore losers.
Yeah, but again, yeah, people, I see a lot of comments. I have to say that here again, sometimes it's not possible to take each and every comment, but much love and respect to everyone who's here. Yes, I am starting few questions. I'll be taking at the end. We are trying to stick to our topic. For those of you who want to prioritize, always there's a way to prioritize your comments. You know that you see the bottom of the screen. But here again, we were talking about a lot of stuff here, and we'll be talking a lot. Like in Man City, again, we are calling them to win. It'll be interesting again what happens in this game because yes, Nitesh is right. So Southampton has been a bogey team for Man City at times, but again, can you say that with Man City right now? No. But I have to talk about Spurs. Talk about bogey teams. Brighton is a bogey team for literally every team right now. Yes, they've got a new manager. I don't know much about the new manager. Maybe Michael can help me out there. But honestly, what I saw in that match, and of course, looking at a few of the highlights before, I believe he's very similar to Potter in terms of just fluid football is what he likes. As in, I don't know, man. Spurs hardly playing football now. Will that be right to say? I don't know what's happened. I know they had a crazy match against Leicester, but then that was because of Son. Apart from that, I don't see them creating much. So where are Spurs heading to, man? As in Conte, I know he does it, but this time doesn't seem like it.
You didn't know much about De Zerbi, the Brighton manager?
No, as in he's good, but I've not watched his teams much. But
Okay.
he's pretty good.
Well, because he used to manage Sassuolo. This guy, honestly, obviously stupid talk sport and their stupid narratives saying, oh, he's never managed at a top club and done this or done that. This guy had to manage from the 4th division of Italy to get all the way to the top of the Serie A with Sassuolo. It was hard work for him. Then obviously went to Shakhtar, and then you know what happened. And then
Yeah,
he left, of
Shakhtar
course.
is when I remember clearly because I think they did get a few results. I think very close to Real Madrid. I remember.
Yep.
Surprising, wasn't he the manager when they played Conte's Inter as well?
No,
probably
I don't think he was the manager then. No,
He wasn't
I think
then?
it was 21-22. That's the season he
Okay.
was. Yeah,
Okay,
because
okay.
otherwise he's obviously because of the war he wasn't managing the squad. But I absolutely love De Zerbi. I think he's a fantastic manager. He's gonna take a lot of risks. So if you're a Brighton fan, I mean, if there's any Brighton fans here, expect a lot of goals to be conceded. Because that's the way De Zerbi he loves to play football. And then if we talk about the other Italian, Conte, Ankit, you know, this guy's defensively good, and then attacking-wise offers nothing at times. I think
I
he
think
relies too... Go ahead.
I think he relies too much on those wings, and there I think once Perisic is kind of blocked, his crosses are
Yeah.
blocked, his creativity is blocked. I think the creativity is finished. That's it. Because on the other wing does literally doesn't have anyone. I know they have options. People are calling that why not you play and then they asked him, why don't you play a Doherty? But come on, he said that you want me to lose games or what? Oh my god, what an insult, bro! But again, yeah, I'll just take the super chat quickly. Danimal, first of all, thanks for coming here. But again, do not forget to subscribe to both our channels. It's linked below, plus Michael's channel as well, and the United Road. Giroud and Oba will Chelsea go for Nketiah next. You know what? It's basically a Chelsea thing going for Arsenal, but we go for Arsenal products who are actually maybe in better form than what they were at Arsenal. So maybe we'll just wait for Nketiah to get that level. I know it's pretty good, but come on. Honestly, no is the answer. I don't know what Michael. What do you think about this?
No, I don't think you would get Nketiah.
Yeah.
Honestly, Nketiah, if you need one striker for the future, I think you go for Šeško. But obviously, he just went to RB Leipzig. I think he would be brilliant signing for Chelsea.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think Sesko is coming anytime soon.
No, he's not
that's
coming
not
anytime soon. But you could offer RB Leipzig 80 million. I mean, you offer 90 million for Gvardiol, so it ain't a worry for you guys apparently with money.
But now they're getting Guardiola on the cheap, I believe. All of a sudden
Yeah.
he wants to come. I don't know, things are changing. Maybe because
Let's see.
with Nkunku links as well. Maybe there's some connection. I don't know. Just saying it out there.
So yeah,
But again,
Conte, I've not been impressed by Spurs this season. I really haven't. I think it was different under Chelsea, right? They were very, very good on the counterattack, and they showed that they had some good attacking prowess. This team, if Kulusevski's not playing, there's no creativity. Harry Kane looks very isolated, or he has to drop back too deep, and Son and Kulusevski have to make the runs down the middle, and they're not doing that enough. And I think Son has been really, really poor. Other than one game where he showed up for 15 minutes, he has done nothing this season. And I love Heung-min Son. I think he's a fantastic footballer. But right now, no. So, honestly, I could see Brighton winning this game.
wow, that's a strong call. Everyone, Brighton and Spurs, do put in your predictions. I feel that as in he's had a draw against Frankfurt. For me, it wasn't too bad in terms of the context of the group.
No, they had chances.
Exactly. But again, in the larger scheme of things, I know Spurs fans I've been talking to, they are not happy the way the team is playing at all. But for me, as in again, it is getting to that point in the Premier League that if Conte drops out, and we all know Conte, as in let's not kid ourselves. As much as we would like, to say that Spurs are Spurs, they would like to be in the top six. I think Conte is aiming much higher, and that's what he clearly said as well. And for me, he'll just get a result somehow. I feel, and I think the way Michael tells that, okay, De Zerbi kind of his teams kind of concede goals. Yes, it's just his second game, but still I feel that Brighton, there will be openings there. It'll be a high scoring game. Yes, despite Spurs not scoring enough. I'm saying that Spurs might just get a couple of goals here and Brighton will get one. So 1-2 to Spurs is what I'm going. Rather 2-1 to Spurs away. Kante is leaving Chelsea but wants to stay in London. Arsenal, Spurs, no. Prabhat, the reason I'm not, everyone wondering is I did get a few DMs about this. I didn't do even a video because I'm not ready to believe this. Let's put it this way. It's almost like that. But yeah, reality is somewhere down the line, we have that tendency to let go our stars to Arsenal out of all the clubs. And even Spurs, Cudicini was an example, I remember.
Yeah, but I don't think Conte would stay in London. I think he would go back to France or go to Serie A possibly.
Yeah.
I could see him going to those two places.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But again, okay, here Darren is asking us to rate Mendoza. Again, I'm not sure if I watch him week in, week out. I think we're talking about Mendoza, the guy who actually plays in Brazil. Is that the guy we're talking about? Whom are you talking about? Darren, if you can just confirm whom you're talking about. But we'll come back to that. My dream signing for strikers, Vlahovic. I don't know why. Vlahovic, well, is he that guy who would fit Potter's system? Not really, if I'm being honest. No?
Well, I don't know what Potter's system is at the moment.
That's basically what we saw at Brighton, put it that way.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, then I think he would be perfect because they created a lot of chances and they're just, Malpe is a terrible striker. So they do create a lot of chances for the striker. I don't think the striker's too much involved with the play, but he's at the end of obviously all the crosses and all the through balls that they create. So I think Vlahovic would be a brilliant signing for Chelsea, but
But he
get
does
120
expect
million out.
the striker to be much more fluid, bro. That's
Oh
a
yeah,
fact.
of course. And Dusan Vlahovic is very fluid. This guy is good. It's just Allegri ball. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
Allegri ball is probably making us think
It's
that
the
way.
problem. I mean, this guy is a brilliant striker,
Yeah,
but
Fiorentina,
otherwise,
Vlahovic was totally different. I hear you there.
oh
I
yes,
hear you
because
there.
they
Yeah.
fed him, and he scored. So I think that's what Chelsea. Chelsea would have to pay 130 million for Dusan Vlahovic, which you never know with Todd Bowley. This guy seems to have an open checkbook for anybody at the moment. I'm just like, what the heck is he gonna spend next summer then?
I think it's simply the fact that he's agreed, like, we're going to be in debt no matter what. We are here for 10
Yeah.
years and bring it on. That's what he is.
Exactly.
And he's just figuring it out. Make mistakes as you learn. He's one of those hands-on guys, I believe, knowing from Tuchel sacking as
He
well.
really doesn't understand football. Oh god. He really
Okay,
he doesn't
Kerala
understand.
Blaster. Okay, yeah, absolutely. But by the way, ISL has started. Yes, I know that people wanted me to cover, but literally, man, I cannot be like with the 5 hands and legs. So that's what I have. Definitely, big matches. I will be covering it. You know that even last season I covered ISL, and of course, big up to them as well. I was wondering who am I talking about. Okay, anyway, one hug from Potter will keep Kante in Chelsea. He's so introvert to talk about his own departure. Nice one. Utkarsh is a good one. Absolutely brilliant. But okay, Chennai in player. Okay, got it. So now. Yes, we've got through almost all the matches. Newcastle, do you see any improvement in Newcastle? I know that they probably should have done better overall, but I think the creativity, they are having Almiron creating enough chances for them.
Yeah, look, I think Almiron is actually having a decent season, even though I don't really rate the player. And I mean, Newcastle are just going to be a very difficult team to beat. I think last weekend they got lucky because Fulham got the early red card in the matchup, and they took advantage of that. So let's see about this weekend. Let's see about this weekend with Newcastle. They're just
Brentford, they've kind of
Brentford
dipped, bro.
they
They've
have.
dipped last couple of weeks. So
Exactly.
probably they can get. Let me just see the table. Where are Newcastle right now as things stand? Because I remember that Newcastle probably had a bright start. Okay, they're still 7th. They're not too bad. Let me actually put it up on screen, everyone. By Newcastle and Brentford, let me know, people in the chat, what do you think will be the score line in the end? Yeah, Frank Ribery, bro. What a legend. What a legend, man. This guy's played forever, bro.
Did he?
Uh,
Is it confirmed now? He's retired.
It was kind of expected, but let me just check it up.
I mean, it's
Utkarsh is saying
expected,
it.
but I was hoping for one more season at least.
Salernitana, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me just see. Okay, here, meanwhile, as you're seeing, so Newcastle is 7th. Okay, and of course, Brentford is 10th now. What is Newcastle's as an expectation? Do you think, as in for them to be just in the top half
8.
is enough?
Top 8.
Okay. Because West Ham, we know that they have dropped off massively. So would you argue that Newcastle probably can get that
Hey,
point?
Lucas Paqueta is a baller. Oh, you just need to watch the highlights last time what he did to Anderlecht players, Ankit. Oh my god.
I missed last night. I know there was a question
Oh.
about other games as well, but I actually missed last night, bro. To be honest.
He is absolutely phenomenal player. even Cresswell, I think it was Suchek on the bench for West Ham. He did a touch, like a Rabona touch out of the air, and they were just like, whoa. So
okay.
they got a player.
I did see the this Kamaka goal, and the goal went in, and I was
good.
like, okay, that's it. They'll be good. But I think Paqueta for Brazil, if I remember right, in the international break, he played in a double pivot in one of the matches.
Yep,
And that's something that they are.
I don't think they're going to do that. When they're playing like the top teams around the world, I don't think Brazil would do that. I think they'll go with Casemiro and Fred or Casemiro Fabinho. That would be my guess. Yep.
Exactly. But again, I think...
I have to go Ankit.
Perfect. No problem. Even we are just about to end the stream, but thanks. I'll just take a few comments and end the stream. Michael, big up again. People, do not forget, this guy knows his stuff, but always welcome. And we are yet to have a lot of chats. Of course, the season has just begun. I think there's the World Cup here as well. Lots still pending, Michael, but we'll see you soon. And again, wish Liverpool the best for now until we meet again.
We need all the wishes at the moment because I'm still not confident with this team.
Let's see. Don't worry about it.
All right. Ankit, have a good one.
Big up to Michael. Okay, people. So Michael is taking leave, but we'll take a few comments. I know that a lot of you had asked. देखते हैं क्या पूछ रहे थे आप लोग. सौरदीप आप पर आएंगे. I know. I hope सौरदीप अभी तक हो आप. तो भाई सौरदीप यहाँ पर फैंटेसी का पूछ रहे. Again, people out there, I hope you guys can respect the fact that देखिए यहाँ पर we are covering literally every game of every league. तो वी आर नॉट एबल टू टेक एवरी कमेंट. लाइक आई से दैट यू कैन ऑलवेज सुपर चैट. आप सुपर चैट से कर सकते हो प्रायोरिटाइज अगर आपको करना ही है, और नहीं तो हम कॉन्टेक्स्ट के जो बात कर रहे हैं मोर और लेस मैं लेता हूँ आपको कमेंट्स. पता ही भाई, सब लोग लाइक्स कर दीजिए. Mods, if you can just help me out a little bit more with getting more people in, because let's be honest, we are discussing literally every league, and I'm not sure if you can find it everywhere, but we can literally discussing every league, almost all the big matches we are discussing. तो सब लोग भाई लाइक्स कर दीजिए. अभी भी देख रहा हूँ बहुत कम लाइक्स है. we are having triple the number of votes than likes. तो ये तो नाइंसाफी हुई यार, थोड़ा सा यार. देखिए बहुत लंबा स्ट्रीम होता है. We are talking about literally every game, and if I keep on asking for likes, even you guys won't like it. बट द रियलिटी इज यूट्यूब एल्गोरिथम ऐसा है ना कि आप लोग लाइक नहीं करोगे ना तो यूट्यूब एल्गोरिथम मुझे सजेस्ट नहीं करेगा बाकी लोग को. ठीक है, तो लेट्स गेट देयर, बिकॉज एज आई से इट्स एन ऑलमाइटी फैमिली. यू ऑल वाचिंग आर पार्ट ऑफ द फैमिली, hoping that everyone watching is not just like the stream, but also subscribe to both our channels, that's Almighty Sports Plus and Almighty Blues FC, because we are coming with a lot more content. Already आज ये हमारा तीसरा वीडियो है on this channel alone. Last night we did a watch along on Almighty Sports Plus VB. So literally you can see that shorts coming on. Do check it out. Let me know feedback. But if you can have more likes, more shares, absolutely brilliant. If you can get to 100 likes, again मैं एक रीजन रखता हूँ भाई, एक टारगेट रखता हूँ. सो बहुत लो टारगेट है. जितने वोट्स है उतने तो बनता ही है ना टारगेट. तो उतने लाइक्स आ जाए तो बहुत बढ़िया रहेगा पीपल. इट विल मीन अ लॉट. अगेन इट्स जस्ट द प्रेस ऑफ बटन, एब्सोल्युटली फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. चलो यहाँ पर मैं कुछ कमेंट्स ले रहा हूँ अगेन. तो सौरदीप, जस्ट कमिंग टू एफपीएल, बाय द वे डिटेल्ड एफपीएल स्ट्रीम हम करते हैं, यूजुअली डेडलाइन स्ट्रीम करते हैं 1-2 घंटे पहले डेडलाइन के. सो आई ट्राई एंड फोकस देन, बट इट्स ओके. डेफिनेटली आई अंडरस्टैंड आप जल्दी करने वाले हो तो सब्स्टिट्यूशन. सो सौरदीप का है मेस्लियर, जेम्स, कैंसेलो, ट्रिपियर, दालो, मैडिसन, एल्मिरॉन, मार्टिनेली, केन, हालैंड, जेसूस, बेंच, ग्रोस, एंड्रियास, ट्रेंट. व्हाट शुड बी माय प्लेइंग 11? ओके, प्लेइंग 11 का पूछ रहे, दैट्स द मेन क्वेश्चन. इसलिए मैं सोच रहा था टीम तो आपकी बहुत ही बढ़िया है, लेकिन इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्लेइंग 11 नाउ अगेन गो विद द फिक्सचर्स. तो इफ आई एम लुकिंग एट द फिक्सचर्स इस वीक के, तो आप देखिए यहाँ पर लेस्टर आर अवे टू बोर्नमथ, लेकिन लेस्टर आर कमिंग आफ्टर व्हाट अ ग्रेट विक्ट्री. तो आई वुड एक्चुअली keep the Leicester players very much, or they are playing, I know, Bournemouth surprisingly defensively has not been so bad in very recent game. मैं बोल रहा हूँ, पहले they have been very bad, but I would still keep Madison because of his form. ठीक है, तो उनको तो डेफिनेटली रखिए. लेकिन बाकी मैं देख रहा हूँ डिफिकल्ट गेम कौन सा है जहां पर यू विल नॉट एक्सपेक्ट योर मिडफील्डर्स टू गेट यू लॉट ऑफ पॉइंट्स में भी. ठीक है, तो आपके कौन है मिडफील्डर्स? मे बी यू कैन आर्ग्यू न्यूकासल, ब्रेंटफोर्ड, एल्मिरॉन हैज बीन गुड एक्चुअली. तो आई वुड एक्चुअली इस वीक के लिए एवर्टन वर्सेस मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड, आई कैन सी एवर्टन स्कोरिंग. हाँ, मुझे लग रहा है जैसे मैंने प्रेडिक्ट भी किया 2-1. तो आई वुड टेक ऑफ डालो. तो डालो को आप डालिए बेंच पर. आई वुड एक्चुअली गेट ऑन ट्रेंट. आई कैन सी इट बीइंग अ गेम विद गोल्स. ट्रेंट भाई, ही इज हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग एन असिस्ट नो मैटर व्हाट. तो आप ट्रेंट को रखिए, डालो को हटाइए और डालिए बेंच में. Then I can understand Gross this week. Maybe yeah, you can keep it on the bench, so it's fair enough. Fulham का किसके साथ है? Fulham का है West Ham away against London Derby. But I think Andreas has been scoring points, so you would argue you would keep him. लेकिन I think West Ham will come back and actually win this game. तो मुझे लगता है you have Gross and Andreas there already. आप निकालिए डालो को और डालिए ट्रेंट को. That's what my change would be. यहाँ पर I hope that helps. I know you've been asking from yesterday's stream. यहाँ पर आरित्र भी पूछ रहे थे, अंकित भैया, देयर वाज सम रूमर मैड्रिड वांट्स टू ऑफर वास्केस प्लस 50 मिलियन टू चेल्सी फॉर जेम्स. अच्छा चलो, तो पहले बार तो ये नहीं होने वाला. ठीक है, ये नहीं होने वाला. अगर दे कैन ऑफर, मैं ऑफर करूंगा रोज कि भाई सचिन तेंदुलकर मेरे घर में बिताए मेरे साथ टाइम. डजंट मीन नो डिसरेस्पेक्ट टू वास्केस, ये नहीं होने वाला क्योंकि वो ट्राई कर सकते हैं, बट दैट डजंट मीन दैट चेल्सी गो फॉर अ वास्केस प्लस 50 मिलियन, बिकॉज जेम्स इन Thiago Silva's mouth has been, he's one of those players who can become a goat in terms of right back, or he really meant it. ठीक है, that's a real thing. फिर देखते हैं बाकी. आई थिंक हाँ, ये वाला डरेन मैंने स्किप किया था बिकॉज टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, लाइक आई सेड, इट्स लिटरली नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर मी टू हैव 5 hands and legs and 5 eyes. मैं आप ही देख रहे थे भाई, मैं वॉच अलॉन्ग भी कर रहा था. देन आई रिलीज्ड अ कपल ऑफ वीडियोस. आज आई वाज रिकॉर्डिंग, आई डिडंट गेट द चांस टू वॉच इट लाइव. इसलिए टू बी फेयर, मैं आकर जबरदस्ती मैं ना रिव्यू नहीं करूंगा until I watched it. तो that is why I didn't do a review on that as well. लेकिन हाँ, I would definitely do that and let you know about that. I didn't get a chance to look at that, but definitely know the scores and what happened. Napoli, yeah, football quick. So Napoli का I believe, by the way, Inter are playing Sassuolo away. Talk about De Zerbi भाई, उनके ex club है Sassuolo. Napoli का I believe it is not going to be a very difficult game. Let me just check it up. ओके, एक सेकंड दीजिए मुझे. यहाँ पर नापोली का, ओके, दे आर प्लेइंग क्रेमोनेजी अवे. आई थिंक इट शुड बी ओके. नापोली एनीवे द फॉर्म टीम इन यूरोप. नहीं भाई, अगेन एवरीवन इन द स्ट्रीम भाई, सब लोग, आई वुड लव सम फीडबैक ब्रो. Everyone in the stream, I am again wondering why are we having very less likes. Let me not go like a beaten record भाई बार बार. आपको क्या लगता है, क्या मिसिंग है भाई, आपको क्या पसंद नहीं आ रहा कि बेसिकली पीपल आर नॉट कमिंग? और क्योंकि कुछ लोग नहीं आ रहे, बाकी लोग सोच रहे यहाँ पर गंदा बातें हो रही. कुछ नहीं हो रही भाई, यहाँ पर हम फुटबॉल ही बातें करते, मजे भी करते, साथ साथ में बहुत सारे कमेंट्स लेते, थोड़ा बैंटर करते, सब चीज करते. तो भाई सब लोग, एंड आप वैरायटी भी देखते हैं. यस, फॉर पीपल वंडरिंग हु एम आई, कहाँ गया भाई, ये चैनल का नाम हु एम आई चैनल नहीं है. वी डू ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ वैरायटी ऑफ कंटेंट. और हु एम आई का ऐसा है ना, अगेन आई एम स्टेइंग फॉर द एंड टाइम. It depends on my panel's availability. अगर दोनों साथ में available नहीं हो, then how can that quarterfinal take place? I will take a decision in this week, so give me time. मैंने मैसेज किया है दोनों को. Of course, big up to Guruji and Achint. हम वो भी करेंगे. And a new season is planned also with the World Cup coming. Something new is planned. Already World Cup के shorts आ रहे. So I hope everyone is liking that. Come on, हो जाए भाई. Let me have, like I said, it's your channel more than mine. तो everyone हो जाए. European team of the week, जैसे उत्कर्ष मैंने बोला, I didn't get a chance to actually watch because I wasn't 100% well. I don't know if you can make out. My voice is not 100%, so मैंने live watch along नहीं किया, और rather I wasn't able to watch the entire matches of the Europa League, but I'll rewatch that. और मैं करूँगा definitely. I'm looking at releasing a video, but yeah, definitely ये is something that we do it every week, I know. और we can do एक next week कर सकते हैं with basically, क्योंकि ये एक थर्ड और फोर्थ मैच डे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होता है. They kind of play the same team ना, home और away खेलते हैं, तो यहाँ पर एक combined team, वो और भी मजा आएगा उत्कर्ष. तो we'll definitely come back and do that. या भाई ऋषि बना, आई नीड मोर मॉड्स डेफिनेटली. हु मतलब मॉड्स, मतलब नाम के मॉड्स नहीं. आई होप ऋषि दैट्स फेयर इनफ. अगेन मच लव टू एवरीवन कमिंग ऑन. ओके, एंड अगेन पीपल हु मिस द स्ट्रीम, आप बताइए, आर यू नॉट गेटिंग नोटिफिकेशंस? बिकॉज आई हैव गॉट सम फीडबैक कि सम पीपल आर नॉट गेटिंग नोटिफिकेशंस to YouTube. I don't know why they do it with some creators by mistake or whatever. I get notifications because मेरा Almighty Sports से I've subscribed to this channel. By chance you're not getting notifications, all you have to do is hit that bell notification icon again and select it for all notifications on both our channels. ठीक है, तो ये करिए please. It'll mean me a lot. And again, like I said, we discuss entire football end to end. मेरा बस चले तो मैं ISL भी इसी स्ट्रीम में डालता, लेकिन वही है, इतना crazy will not be fair as well. Yes, I know that ISL started today, so people might be watching that. I understand. जैसे कल मैं hopefully देखूंगा बेंगलुरु का मैच, just saying. But anyway, definitely, yeah, you guys are there. And भाई हमने literally we have discussed the entire weekend. बोर्नमथ लेस्टर, हाँ मैंने बता दिया क्विकली, लेस्टर माइट जस्ट गेट बेटर ऑफ बोर्नमथ डिस्पाइट बोर्नमथ का रीसेंट डिफेंसिव रिकॉर्ड, क्योंकि लेस्टर हैव बीन फाइनली अटैकिंग और दे हैव केप्ट होल्ड ऑफ एज इन देयर मैनेजर स्टिल, व्हिच इज काइंड ऑफ सरप्राइजिंग ब्रेंडन रॉजर्स. बट एनीवे, चेल्सी वुल्व्स, we have done first up front. People who missed it, please watch it. पहला 35 minutes for people, Chelsea fans especially, बोल रहा हूँ, I know that there is a thought in the market कि भाई ये चेल्सी के बारे में बात नहीं करता. भाई कैसे नहीं बात करूँ, मैं चेल्सी फैन हूँ. 35 minutes पहले चेल्सी के बारे में बात किया, तो प्लीज डो नॉट मिस माय स्ट्रीम्स. दैट्स व्हाट आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट, एंड यू कैन ऑलवेज रीवॉच इट. Man City Southampton, now this also we have discussed. Newcastle Brentford also we have discussed. Brighton Spurs we have discussed. West Ham Fulham हमने quickly बोल दिया. I feel West Ham coming back. Arsenal Liverpool we have discussed. Everton Man United we have discussed. Nottingham Aston Villa we have not discussed, and Crystal Palace Leeds we have not discussed. But come on, I don't think I'll go there. और बाकी लीग्स में भी we literally discussed दोनों big Serie A teams के games. We have discussed La Liga के teams of course. So I think literally not anything left, क्योंकि their Klassiker भी हम डिस्कस कर दिए. तो भाई सब लोग, यस, यहाँ पर एक और शाउट आउट है भाई, ये लास्ट 3 हफ्तों से मैं पूछ रहा हूँ. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, जैसे आप नीचे देख रहे हो, देयर इज अ बैनर गोइंग. यहाँ पर एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट अनाउंसमेंट है. देयर इज अ मेंबरशिप इन द चैनल, ठीक है. अब वो मेंबरशिप है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बिग अप टू ऑल द मेंबर्स स्पेशली. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रही है ना, यस आई एम नॉट डूइंग मेंबर स्ट्रीम अभी तक. इट वाज ऑलवेज इन द प्लान, करना है. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट वाज प्लान कि मैं डिस्कॉर्ड में करूंगा. डिस्कॉर्ड लिंक नीचे हर एक डिस्क्रिप्शन में रहता है, तो पहले ज्यादा लोग डिस्कॉर्ड में फॉलो करिए, इवन नॉन मेंबर्स, ठीक है. तो डिस्कॉर्ड में हम करना चाह रहे थे. डिस्कॉर्ड में मैं टेक्निकली इतना अच्छा नहीं हूँ डिस्कॉर्ड के लिए, देयर आई एम डिपेंडिंग ऑन श्रेय पाटिल, तो शाउट आउट जाता है एक मेंबर को, श्रेय पाटिल को, देयर ही इज हेल्पिंग मी आउट, हम साथ में करेंगे एक स्ट्रीम, वो एक पेंडिंग है बिकॉज ही इज बीन बिजी। सेकेंडली, जो मेंबर्स लोग नहीं ज्वाइन किया हमारे इंस्टाग्राम ग्रुप, दे हैव नॉट ज्वाइंड बिकॉज उन्होंने अपना हैंडल मेरे साथ शेयर नहीं किया, और अदरवाइज जस्ट शेयर मी योर नंबर, मुझे डीएम करिए, जस्ट हमें बात करना है, वी हैव टू सेट अप अ स्ट्रीम सो दैट वी कैन डू एन ऑल मेंबर स्ट्रीम ऑन यूट्यूब और ऑन डिस्कॉर्ड, आइडियली इन डिस्कॉर्ड फर्स्ट फॉर एवरीवन एंड देन एन ऑल मेंबर स्ट्रीम ऑन basically YouTube. But talking about members, there's a prediction league going on. So मैं यहाँ every week I publish. It is all about you predicting 10 scores. हम 10 matches select करते हैं more or less from the Premier League, but sometimes from Champions League, sometimes from La Liga and Bundesliga and Serie A as well. और वहां पर मैं बोलूंगा that you can definitely be eligible to win a prize. यस, अभी के लिए आई थिंक हाईएस्ट अभी तक मानव है, तो बिग अप टू मानव बगा, लेकिन आई एम होपिंग दैट ऑल द अदर मेंबर्स हु हैव नॉट काइंड ऑफ कॉन्टैक्टेड मी एंड आई डोंट नो द कॉन्टैक्ट्स, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ वापस, कम्युनिटी पोस्ट चेक करिए, स्पेशली सैटरडे मॉर्निंग्स और फ्राइडे नाइट्स, क्योंकि मैं डालता हूँ all the 10 fixtures plus the leaderboard, वहां पर all you have to do is just put 10 predictions, आपके average week count होंगे, तो you can still enter the contest. Same thing about FPL. Yes, FPL also there is a prize, remember, तो वहां भी चल रहा है, but the condition is भाई सब लोग सब्सक्राइब कर लेना, सब लोग सब्सक्राइब कर लेना, लाइक करते जाना स्ट्रीम एंड डेफिनेटली गिव मी अ लॉट ऑफ, भाई सौरदीप मैंने पूरा डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन भी कर दिया यार आपका, आई केम टू योर क्वेश्चन बट आप नहीं थे, बट बिग लव टू यू यार, मच लव टू यू, I took your question. I did, stick to my word, और मैंने लिया आपको आपका टीम डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन किया. All I said quickly is that you need to remove Dado and put Trent in the team. That's what the change is, nothing else. Kerala Blasters को 1-0. Okay, again they did brilliant last season. You can say that. Bilkul, thanks. Hi to Ayushman as well. Bye सब लोग. I hope you had fun. There's a lot of discussions going on, but remember, it's a fan channel for all to see. It'll always remain, but we do a lot of stuff. So do check out our playlist. हमें feedback दीजिए, DM करिए members. But it's a great weekend. By Chelsea, it's Diego Costa back at the bridge. That's all. Or it's been a good week. By don't spoil it, Chelsea. That's what I would say. By the way, it is going to be, I think, 6:30 बजे कल we are going to do pre-match and watch along. तो सब लोग याद रखना, सब लोग अभी मार्क कर दीजिए अपना पर्सनल कैलेंडर, 6:30 बजे कल मिलते, तो we'll do pre-match and watch along. चेल्सी का मैच against Wolves, but of course there'll be other matches, हम उसका रिव्यू करेंगे and what not. By the way, there are shorts already released, so do check it out. आज के shorts, और do let me know feedback, क्योंकि already I'm in works for all और ज़्यादा content अभी आ रहा है और रेगुलरली आने वाला है. I want more feedback as possible. लेकिन much love to everyone who's here and have a good weekend. Stay safe, but I hope that basically my team wins and चलो your team भी, don't worry about it. Bye. And yes, FPL deadline stream भी हम करेंगे यार, टेंशन नहीं लेने का. We'll do it in daytime. ठीक है, वो भी सेटअप करेंगे. We always do it. Again, ये it's a constant thing. Friday night हम ये करते preview for the entire weekend and basically Saturday morning हम लोग FPL deadline stream करते हैं around noon. So that's something that is planned already. चलो अरे देखते हैं गौरव, अगेन मैंने कवर किया काफी, तो अभी के लिए बाय, बट टेक केयर, डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू लाइक द स्ट्रीम, हेल्प्स अ लॉट एंड विल बी